Which may have contributed to why nothing really happened.
No question it contributed to it. But I don't know how. And I could read you 10 teams right now.
Oh, sure.
That I don't know how you look it doesn't surprise me Miami was super active. Miami went out and traded for Tyreek Hill.
5-3, Tua looks great.
Right.
Makes sense to me.
You know, they're out doing stuff. I'm surprised New England didn't do anything. New England could use a receiver. They could use a running back. You could use a lot of things. They did nothing.
Yep.
I'm kind of surprised the Jets didn't do anything.
What about your Raiders?
Shocked. Well,
the
Raiders are broken. Here's the thing. Josh McDaniels is – I sent you guys a story about this morning.
Yeah, I saw it.
Is the most recent example of why you do not want to hire one of Bill Belichick's assistants to be your head coach. It is almost universally known now that if you think you're getting Bill Belichick when you hire one of his assistants,
ain't him.
You ain't.
Yeah.
Okay. Romeo Crennel crashed and burned. Charlie Weiss crashed and burned. Joe Judge crashed and burned.
Yep.
Matt Patricia crashed and burned. Josh McDaniels crashed and burned twice. Once in Denver and now in Las Vegas. I wouldn't hire a Bill Belichick assistant if he was the last available football coach with NFL ties.
Yeah.
I would go to college and get somebody.
So I think what's interesting about this, McVay is the opposite, right? McVay, whether it's O'Connell in Minnesota or Zach Taylor or Matt LaFleur or any of these guys that have gone out there from Rams offensive
almost
coordinator to head
always
coach.
work.
Yeah, I mean, there hasn't been one yet that hasn't worked.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, even Staley and though he was a defensive guy, even Staley and San
I'm not ready to
Diego
give up on him yet.
No,
Yeah.
not at all. What's interesting about Belichick is that it's a little bit like Phil Jackson. Neither one of them have trees because the magic is them.
Correct.
And the magic is not transferable.
And their personalities are like an eclipse.
Yes.
Okay? Phil Jackson and Bill Belichick, you just said it. They are what you're hiring.
Yes.
All right? Greg Popovich works, what's the word I'm looking for when you collaborate and you work together with other people? He's a collaborator.
Yeah.
Phil Jackson, Bill Belichick, Bill Parcells to a certain degree.
Yeah.
Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah.
Jimmy Johnson's assistants all sucked when they got into major big coaching jobs. Bill Walsh had an excellent coaching tree because he was collaborative.
Yes.
If you're an a-hole,
yep.
Okay, Belichick, Jimmy,
yep.
Parcells.
You're not interested in teaching any of the people around you
Correct.
any of the good stuff.
You know it's my way or the highway.
Yes.
And so I would never hire a Patriots assistant. I don't care that he was calling plays for Bill Belichick. Josh McDaniels can't be a head coach. He's not good at it. And if you want to find out the hard way, Mark Davis, keep him on the job. Keep him on the job when you go down to New Orleans playing with a third-string quarterback and score 0 points. Your boy genius offensive play-calling guru just scored 0 points.
Yep.
You know how hard it is to score 0 points in the NFL?
Tough. It's tough, man.
I mean, even Sean McVay, when he got shut down in the Super Bowl, got a field goal out of it.
Right.
And Brandon Cooks dropped a touchdown in the end zone.
Yes, he did.
But it just seems to me today, the first thing I thought about the trade deadline was I got excited because I knew it ended at 1 o'clock and we were coming on the air. I realized the number one thing of most GMs, and I admire this about Les Snead, the number one thing for most GMs is they're trying not to get fired.
Right.
So they're risk averse, Mace.
Yes.
They don't want to take chances. But really, if you're the Detroit Lions GM, what chance are you taking if you trade anybody on that team? Your team sucks.
Right.
Do something.
But so in that case, you're not saying get better. You're saying get worse.
Either get better or...
Because the Lions are not getting better.
Right. Either get better or take players that have value
yes.
and get more draft picks or
right.
do something to increase your chances of improving. Here's what would annoy me to know if I was an owner. Doing nothing. Standing pat.
Mm-hmm.
How can Carolina look their fans in the face and say, it just, at least they traded McCaffrey.
They did trade McCaffrey.
Yeah, but, I mean, really, Raiders? Really? Bergman? Really? We did nothing.
Nothing.
A team
Nothing.
A team
Two
that's
wins.
2-5 and can't score.
Raiders fans, they already want the head coach fired. You wanted Bisaccia fired last year. Now you want this guy fired.
Nobody said anything about
Bisaccia. What are
Bisaccia.
you? 3
They just
coaches
did it.
in 2 years, right?
Yeah.
Probably more than
Pretty
that.
much. Oh, well,
No, isn't it
Gruden,
3 head coaches?
Gruden,
in 2 years?
Bisaccia.
Gruden, Bisaccia,
Yeah, who was before?
McDaniels.
Who was before Gruden? Jack Del Rio?
Was it Jack Del Rio?
Can't remember.
no, I think it was someone else after.
But yeah,
Del
it is 3
Rio.
coaches in 2
Well,
years.
no, it was Del Rio and then Gruden. That might be right.
All right, so there's so
Crazy.
much to get to. First of all, I want to make sure everybody
You always make fun of
knows.
me for wanting everybody fired. You want this guy fired in the middle of the season.
Josh McDaniels?
Yeah.
He's not going to work. I
You
mean,
wanted
can-
Chip Kelly fired after last season.
No,
Now look
you
where
made
they
a
are.
narrative out of that out of nowhere.
Oh, I
It's
made a
completely
narrative.
you
Right,
that
the
said
narrative
that.
was made because you said it.
No,
That
I did
was
not. I
the-
said
the
he, I
narrative
was
is
always
you said
he
it,
had
and I
to win a
repeated
certain
it.
amount of games.
Greg, I've actually been. I think you've been completely fair with Chip Kelly.
Thank you.
Here's the thing with Chip Kelly. If you're going to be that guy, you're not going to talk to the media. You're not going to go out and
Schmooze alums.
Okay, if you want to, if you want to be that guy, then you got to win 10 games a year.
Absolutely.
You got to give me Nick Saban resume type numbers.
And he got it last year. I think he got 9 last year, and now this year he's on pace for 10. So,
Yeah. So I mean, that
you
was.
stay.
I think that was your whole argument, and I agreed with it the whole time.
thank
Yeah.
you, John.
And that's not the narrative. That your version of the history is not matching. What's the line? My
My
your
truth-
narrative.
my truth is
My
not
truth
matching.
is-
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. All right, so hey, listen, lie of the day today. It's my turn to lie. Your version favors your side of the story. That's the line.
Yeah.
So we've got Terranea Resort prize package up for grabs. Lunch and dinner for 2 at Terranea
Can
Resort.
I interject here?
Please.
Going to Terranea is like going to Hawaii.
I've always wanted to go.
All right, Terranea is the best kept secret in Southern California. It is. I go there all the time, and it is spectacular. So I would rank this top 2% of prizes we've
You know
had.
somebody hook me up?
Yeah, I do.
Oh.
Yeah,
I've
just
always
let
wanted
me
to
know. Let me
stay
know
there.
when you want to go.
All right, and you qualify for the grand prize, a luxury oceanfront getaway to Terranea, which includes a 2-night stay in an ocean view suite, a Lexus LC to drive for the weekend, golf at the links, dinner at the Catalina Kitchen, limo service to Crypto.com for a night out, maybe some basketball involved. Definitely some basketball involved there, so make sure you pay attention.
The guy,
for
by the way,
my
the guys
lie
who
of
run
day.
Terranea,
Yes.
Ralph and Agnello and all those dudes are huge NBA fans.
Nice.
So they'll welcome you there. You never have to leave the campus. They have 4 great restaurants on
Nice.
site. 4. You mentioned the Catalina Kitchen. That's
Yeah.
one of them. Bashi is kind of a sushi place.
Yep.
Marcel is their super high-end fancy joint. And you would love, I think your favorite would be Nelson's. And they call it Nelson's because Terranea is on the same site as where Marineland used to be.
Okay.
Like years and years ago.
Yeah.
And in the 60s, they filmed a television show there called Sea
Hunt?
Hunt.
Yeah, Sea Hunt. I know that show.
And
it
they
was like Lloyd Bridges,
Lloyd-
super old-timey show.
Lloyd Bridges
Yep.
was the lead character on Sea Hunt, and his character's name, was Mike Nelson.
There you go.
And so Nelson's is the casual spot right on the water.
Nice.
And so you're just basically out looking, and they bring concerts in there on Friday night. It is Terranea is it. By the way, if you need to do something romantic for somebody,
Oh, yeah.
that's it. That's
romance.
the spot.
That's a good romance.
Oh.
Romance.
You,
spot.
if you're trying to close the deal or impress somebody
Mm-hmm.
romantically, trust me on this. Take them to Terranea for one night, and you're
Nice.
in.
Okay. Bergman with your next heiress.
Yeah,
Ooh, that's a great place
Yeah.
to take an air.
Yes,
yeah,
it
that
is.
is.
All right, so we'll do lie of the day today. Also, last
Bergman,
night.
matter of fact, I'm pretty connected down there.
Ooh.
This is the move. You find the heiress.
Okay.
Then you take her to Terranea and tell her this whole trip is on me. And
Oh,
then
so
I'll
I-
get you a deal. So it's not going to cost you much. And then you got her on the hook and she pays for
And then
you.
she pays for everything else.
Exactly.
Oh, I love this
If that
idea.
plan is fail-safe. We can't, Jorge, that
can't
plan,
lose.
we can't lose.
All right. Also,
Brilliant.
by the way, we're streaming today. Is that correct? We're streaming.
Yes,
so you can go to-
youtube.com/ESPNLA.
Okay, so you can go check out the pictures that go with the words. And last night, I did go for a walk last night. I always do like seeing, everybody dressed up and all their business. And I saw something that I found to be totally disgusting. It is a Halloween tradition, and it is awful.
What is it?
I will tell you next. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Hey, Laker fans, John Ireland here. Have you downloaded the new ESPNLA app? You got to get this thing. It's great. You can get Travis and Sliwa, Mason and Ireland, Sedano and Cap, and all of our Lakers talk with Slee right in the palm of your hand.
You're just one tap away from everything Lakers. You could even win Lakers tickets.
React to the Lakers on ESPNLA app.
Download the new ESPNLA app in the App Store or on Google Play.
We're here each weekday, 1 to 4 p.m. for your afternoon. Sandwich between Travis and Sliwa and Sedano and Cap. Mason and Ireland continues now.
So last night I went for the big Halloween walk. I like to go out and see, and plus I walk through the neighborhood every night. So I walk by one of the haunted house sort of situations.
Right.
And out in front there's a big barrel. It's filled with water. It's filled with apples. Now, is there anything more disgusting and unsanitary than bobbing for apples? It's like literally you're spitting into a big barrel to get an apple, then the next person is spitting into the same barrel to get an apple. Isn't that one we can let go?
I would think post-pandemic that apple bobbing would have died.
I mean, seriously, have you ever bobbed for apples, Jorge?
No, never.
No, am I right? Is this not gross?
Absolutely right.
Bergman, am I not right?
Disgusting.
I mean, if you think about it, yeah, you are 100% right. I mean, thinking about all the spit that's coming out and grabbing
and a
things.
bunch of little
it just-
kids.
Hey, Bergman,
Yeah.
people are reacting to our plan.
They say it's brilliant.
This from Sports Stuff. The Terranea resort plan Ireland has for Greg is so perfect. It's better than any place called by the Rams or Chargers on offense this season.
I mean, you can throw the Raiders in there, too.
Exactly. Plan is brilliant.
It is brilliant. I actually really, really like this plan.
If you're a woman and you have a portfolio, if you make a little dough,
A portfolio, you mean a financial statement?
yes,
Yes.
it's
we need to-
required.
Yes.
Ireland needs to see the financial
I need to
statement
see your
first.
financials. Greg is considering taking you to Terranea, so send me your information.
There you go.
There we go.
So, hey,
All
Bergman,
on me, by the way.
Bergman, I wanted to get a Mythical Money update. You know, we love Mythical
Yeah, I haven't
Money
made a
around
bet.
here.
I haven't
And
made a bet in a
we've
while.
not done it in a while.
Mythical.
Do you really want it?
Yeah, I do want
I
it.
think
I do
Jorge
want
is
it.
running away
Yeah,
with it.
Jorge is
Because what he
betting-
does is he bets against the Rams and the Lakers and then laughs at us all the way to the bank.
What a jerk.
I play the game to win.
Yeah.
All right, so Mason, you have $3,000.
$3,000.
You started with 100. You now have 3.
Yes.
Yeah, and that was after we reset
Yeah,
about
so
a
you
month
really
ago.
lost 197,000.
Thank you, Anita Marks.
$97,000. Yeah, John, you have 71,000, so you're not doing too hot. I have 111,000, and Jorge again is running away $185,000. Is that 85 or 65? $165,000.
Now, what's crazy about this is, Jorge,
Yes, sir.
you've never actually bet for
Never.
real. Like, you don't play in fantasy leagues,
I don't.
right? No.
Oh wait, no, it's 185. 'cause
Yeah,
he won the
185.
Niners.
185.
Yeah,
Oh,
185.
man.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Now, is at any point has this experience made you want to bet actual money?
No, and then Brenda's like, you better not start it.
Lisa's the same way. My wife's the same way. As a matter of fact, like last night, I would have bet big. If I was a regular bettor, I would have bet big on the Bengals. and
Yeah.
they were never in it.
Nope.
They were just boat raced. I would have bet on the Raiders, Greg, over the weekend to go into New Orleans and win that game, and they didn't even score.
They got shut out.
Yeah, I will never have a gambling problem after this mythical money thing. That's one thing that's come out of it.
It is very instructive. Like, you really do learn not to gamble. And I was talking to somebody, I mentioned this last week or 2 weeks ago or something, but, there's a Prop 26 and a Prop 27, and
one is legalized gambling, and the other one is
tribes.
Okay,
and
just do it at Indian casinos.
Right, as opposed to doing it on FanDuel and Draft. Now, I've been told that both of them are likely to fail.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is crazy.
And it surprises me.
Have you voted yet?
No.
Oh, my God.
I like to vote in person, but I think I probably will.
Way too much. Way too many things to vote for. It is the most complicated thing in the world.
I like, this may sound a little corny, I like the experience of voting.
Me too. I like standing. Like, if it was a presidential election, I like to do it in person. But this is like a midterm. And Ireland, I'm telling you, there's like a Proposition A, a Proposition B, a Proposition 2, a Proposition 3, a Proposition LH. I don't even know what these things are, but I figured them out. I did my research.
Did you?
I ended up voting in every category, including the judges.
So you voted by mail?
Yeah, I voted by mail.
Yeah, a lot of people are voting by mail now. And I can't say, like, I like it because I travel so much that that's a potential option.
Sure.
But I heard a good argument the other day for why Election Day and just the whole process of voting is, if there's some counties, I guess the article I was reading was in Arizona where 90% of the ballots are mail-in.
Right.
So there isn't really an election day.
There are
so
like
to speak.
5.9 million ballots or something that are mailed out just in L.A. County, so the entire state
So
is
I like
LA.
the idea of it being easier to vote and getting more people involved, because the voter turnout is terrible everywhere. But if somebody could come up with a plan that would increase in-person voting, I think it'd be good.
Tell you, I got an idea. Do it on Saturdays. I've been saying that for a long time.
Yeah.
Saturday voting would make a lot of sense to me.
Yeah.
Do you think that the NBA's plan to not have games during that week is going to help?
It's symbolic, but yeah, I think it's smart.
Do you think it'll help?
It's the day itself, right?
Yeah,
They're going dark for election day.
Yeah, there's no games on election day, and
the Lakers don't play from Sunday to Thursday.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, that's perfect for you.
The thing that's interesting is, okay, so this is a little behind the curtain, but I think it'll make sense. When we do the games on ESPNLA,
right,
we sell a certain amount of commercials within a game.
Sure.
And then the Lakers because they're our partner, I think it's 2 commercials a quarter.
Okay.
All right, so they get between 4 and 8 commercial reads that they can use to do whatever, to promote whatever they want, to promote future games, to promote, Lakers Youth Foundation, like mostly they're to announce contests that they run on Lakers.com. Like if you want to nominate somebody for a community service award or stuff like that, it's all promotional stuff.
Yeah.
One of the reads that we're doing in the games, and it's not just us, it's every NBA team, is encouraging people to vote and telling people that there will be no NBA games on election day. So they're being very proactive in trying to get people to vote. And they don't tell you how you should vote. They just say, look, we want you to have the chance to participate. Go vote. And they don't take a stance on any issue. Like you said, there are 200 different things. They don't take a stance on any of them. They just want you to be able to go exercise your right to vote, which I think is kind of cool.
Well, I've told this story before, but I happened to be in Cartagena, Colombia when the election was going on.
The only reason I know the Stone.
We actually, when we were there, watched the movie Romancing the Stone in honor of being in Cartagena. But in Cartagena, they stopped.
Remember Kathleen Turner gets on the wrong bus? She says, "Is this the bus to Cartagena?" And the guy goes, "Yes." And it would just send her into the middle of the jungle.
What are you doing watching movies on vacation?
Well, I wanted
what
to
else
watch
you do
it.
on vacation?
I wanted to watch
Vacation
it because
stuff.
I was in Cartagena.
Yeah, but I mean,
what else am I going to do?
Never turn on the TV on vacation.
Oh,
ever.
I watch a movie. I'll watch a movie.
Really?
Yeah, I'll watch a movie.
Watch it on the plane, man. Not when you get there.
No, watch it.
Experience the nightlife.
Yeah, exactly.
He's in the middle of Columbia. How much nightlife you want him to experience?
Oh, trust me, there's a lot.
There's plenty. There's a lot going down.
There's a lot. No, but they don't even allow booze to be sold on Election Day. It's like no alcohol policy, and they're not the only country that does that. A lot of countries do.
Okay, I'm glad you told me that because I'm going to load up on booze beforehand because depending on the election results, you may need booze.
So we were running with this group of Spanish girls who were beautiful. And one actually, I tried to die. That's where I fell and hit my head because I was trying to get around this girl.
Sounds like you.
So all of us said, the election's tomorrow. And we went to the store and we bought so much booze because it had to last us for 3 days. But
you know what that is? Proper planning.
Yeah,
right there.
Exactly.
All right, coming up next, we're going to spin the wheel of questions, and then, Steve Nash got fired or was asked to leave or left on his. Who knows what happened? And they've hired a new coach. We got that story coming up for you. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Football fans, want to win $100 for picking 5 games against the spread? Just download the Cover 5 app for free. Compete with Mason and me each week for a chance to win $100. Here's what you need to do. Download the Cover 5 app, use code MI22 to join our show league, and then start having fun all season long. Just download the Cover 5 app. Use code MI22 to join the Mason and Ireland Show League. Pick 5 games against the spread to win $100 or play all season long at cover5.com.
And it is the biggest show on the radio, Mason and Ireland, here each weekday, 1 to 4 p.m. You know what it's time for? What is this? It's time for Wheel of Questions. Wheel of Questions is presented by our friends at Puente Hills Toyota. Got a car that's just sitting around not being used? Bring it to Puente Hills Toyota today for an instant cash offer. Puente Hills Toyota, the house of yes. Producer Jorge, are you ready with that wheel? Hit it!
All right, here we go. It's my wheel today, and it lands on this. Ireland, if you were a superhero with no superpowers,
Okay.
what would your name be?
Okay, so I'm like Batman. I don't have any.
Correct. You have no superpowers at all.
You're a hero, not a superhero.
What would be a good name for a superhero? For me, it would have to have something to do with Ireland. Like it would have to include something like shamrocks or whiskey or
Right.
I don't know. I'd have to think about it.
Bergman?
Redbeard.
Redbeard.
My beard is red.
There you go.
Since when?
Yeah, it's
It is.
not really red.
No, it is.
No, it's not.
You just
Canelo.
haven't paid attention
Yeah,
because
it's
you don't
Canelo.
actually
It's
look
not
at me.
red.
Like Canelo's,
Yeah, it's red.
It's not.
It
like Turner's.
Why? If your hair is dark, why would your beard be red?
because it's weird. I don't know what you want me to tell you, but it's red.
Nonsensical. All right, Jorge,
It's
what about you?
100% red.
I'll be hip hip Jorge. Jorge.
They just yell that and you show up to
Hip
save
hip
the
Jorge.
day.
And here I show up.
It's kind of like you're the helpful Honda guy at some point, right?
Yeah,
It's like,
exactly.
yeah.
Especially
Hey,
if you
that's
have
who you are.
no-
You're the helpful
Yeah,
Honda
I'll
guy.
pay for school
if you
supplies
have
for
no
your class.
superpowers. Yeah.
I'll help you find your car. I mean, I'm the helpful Honda guy. That's what I would go with. By the way, Dia de los Muertos is today, and we talked about it last
What
week.
was your
John.
What was your name?
helpful Honda guy?
Oh, you're helpful. What is? Did you figure one out, John?
No, I'd have to think about it. I don't know what it would be. It's a weird question. Because you don't have any
abilities,
right. So why would you need
Captain
Super
Forehead.
guy. I got an idea. John.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. It's like
John.
So you're a
Laker
superhero.
man.
I am.
Yes.
What do you do? I'm not sure.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Cannot help you in any way.
Question mark in your chest.
Yeah.
So
that's good.
So I told you guys last week I do this thing for Dia de los Muertos, which is today,
What does that
where
mean?
you honor your family and those that have gone before, the
Okay.
generations that have gone before.
Okay.
Really, really cool. I think it's Mexican.
It is.
Mexican holiday. Would you call it a holiday?
You could.
A day of remembrance.
Remembrance. Yeah.
So I've got stuff like all kinds of stuff. Like I've got my grandfather's nameplate from Beasley Ford in Altoona, Pennsylvania. I've got my dad's business card from when he worked with Eastman Kodak. I've got my my grandmother's silver cup that she always drank wine out. I got all this stuff on one sort of mantle.
Okay.
And I realized there's one thing that was missing, and I have it. I put a Vin Scully bobblehead in the same display with all of my other stuff.
But Vin Scully's not in your family.
No, but I'm honoring those that have gone before.
Oh, so it doesn't have to be a blood relative.
No, it doesn't have to be a blood relative.
Yeah, no, it
so honoring Vin Scully, which for Dia de los Muertos, I think is actually pretty fun. All right. Okay, so Steve Nash, did he get fired? Did he agree to go? What was the story, John? You're in the league.
I think what happened is they figured out a way to free up Ime Udoka. Stephen A. about a month ago reported that the reason the Celtics didn't fire Ime Udoka outright is that if they did, the Nets would have hired him the next day. That's it. So they suspended him.
But they're not even asking for compensation. He's
Correct.
still under contract to the Celtics, so why were they holding on to him?
I think what they realized is now that they're a month removed and this guy that they hired is doing a good job, that there is no path
I never thought he was going to
for
come back.
Udoka to come back.
Yeah.
And so they said, well, in that case, we don't care. Go ahead and take him.
Okay, so here's my question. Whatever Udoka did in Boston apparently is bad enough for him to be suspended, but not bad enough for him to be hired as a head coach with the Brooklyn Nets.
I heard it was political.
Political meaning?
He slept with someone's wife who is important in the Celtics organization.
Well, there are also apparently unwanted advances too.
I haven't heard that.
Yeah,
I
was Googling
I've heard
it today.
I've heard the word consensual used a lot, and a couple of people have speculated that towards the end there were some comments that perhaps were not welcome. But what I heard was...
made unwanted comments toward female employee.
Right. And my sense of that was, I'm speculating, but I talked to enough people where I think I've got it. It started as consensual, and they were having an affair.
Right.
And then she wanted to end it and go back to her family.
Yep.
And he wouldn't drop it.
Okay.
And that's part of the reason why he got in trouble. But I never thought that you should lose your career for being a cad, which is what he was.
Cad. I got to look that word up. I've not heard that word in
The
a long
last time I heard it
time.
used was described when Bill Clinton was impeached, which I was against. I thought, he's a cad, all right?
He's a cad.
What he did with Monica Lewinsky should not cost him the gig. But it was political. He got
No, it was definitely
impeached,
political.
and his opponents weaponized it and used it against him.
Okay.
I think what happened
A
with
man who behaves dishonorably, especially toward a woman.
yeah, so he's a cat.
But it's still unclear to me why Udoka is still okay to be the coach of the Brooklyn Nets.
I think it's a fair question.
Like 6 weeks removed from this stuff spilling out and him getting suspended.
I think the answer lies in that he didn't do anything illegal. He did things that were immoral. And in this particular case, he involved himself with at least one, and I've heard potentially 2 women who were connected, who were married and connected to the Celtics ownership.
Yeah.
So he messed, in common slang, he messed with the wrong girls.
Right. Okay.
He also was suspended by the Celtics and not the league.
Not the league, right.
So because the league didn't suspend him, he can go wherever he wants.
Sure. So here's what I'm struggling with. Is it still Sean Marks or who's running?
Yes, he's a general manager.
Melt that sucker down.
Well,
Melt it
isn't
down.
it interesting?
Trade Kyrie, trade Kevin Durant, start over. It's a complete rebuild. They're going nowhere.
Isn't it interesting that what Kevin Durant said when he made his trade request was, I think you should fire the GM and the coach. They don't know what they're doing. And since you're not going to do that, just trade me. And now the coach is fired.
Right.
So maybe Durant was right all along.
Yeah. And why has the league not done anything? I don't want to get too dark. Why has the league not done anything about Kyrie? Why is the league not?
So the NBA PA did put out a statement.
Okay.
And it just came out about 45 minutes ago, and it says, anti-Semitism has no place in our society. The NBPA is focused on creating an environment where everyone is accepted. We are committed to helping players fully understand that certain words can lead to hateful ideologies being spread. We will continue to work on identifying and combating all hate speech wherever it arises. Does not mention him at all.
Yeah, he tweeted out to 4.6 million followers a movie that says the Jews lied about the Holocaust.
The movie says that, or Kyrie said that?
The movie says that.
Does the tweet that Kyrie sent out contain any commentary from him?
The link.
Just to the movie.
The link to Amazon and the movie.
Because what he tried to hide behind, and we played that clip yesterday with him and Nick Friedel going back and forth at a press conference. He did not. They won last night, by the way.
Yeah.
Which is kind of weird. They fired Nash after a win.
Right.
But Kyrie played well, scored 28 points. He's certainly somebody that the media would want to talk to after a win like that, and he made himself unavailable. So,
but do you think the league should do something? Do you think Joe Tsai came out and made a statement.
Right.
Don't you think he should do something? Shouldn't there be a suspension involved? A fine involved?
It's a good question.
Something like that?
It's a good question. Where I think he's hiding behind, based on that Nick Friedel exchange, is he's saying he put something out into the marketplace without commentary, and he claims, now I would disagree with this, but he claims he wasn't promoting the movie.
The moment you send something out to 4.6 million people, and by the way, people who love you, admire you, follow you,
These are your followers,
root
right?
for you. I mean, the moment you do that, you have elevated. He says, I didn't promote it. No, you did. You promoted it.
I agree with you.
Amplified it.
But that's why I think they're finding it difficult to issue a punishment, because he didn't say, these are my beliefs. He just tweeted a link out about a movie.
Most people of note, if they tweeted something like this out, would be terminated.
You and me, for example.
Yeah, for us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'd be fired for sure.
Of course.
But we don't have a unique set of skills like Kyrie Irving.
Correct.
And this happens in sports all the time. If you're really, really good, they'll
get
put
away
up.
with
Yeah,
stuff,
they'll put up with more from you.
Yeah.
If most players, if you get charged with a felony, the team will just cut you unless you're like an all-pro. Then they'll stand behind you.
Yes.
It's just the way
if
sports.
you're Deshaun Watson, it doesn't matter how many massages you got.
Right. If you're, if in that world, if you're a really, really great player that the team doesn't want to lose, they'll stand behind you.
All right, coming up next for you, don't forget Lie of the Day. It's happening at some point today from the start of the show till 3:30. Win a Terranea Resort prize package that includes lunch and dinner for two at Terranea, archery for two at the Beach Cove, and you qualify for the grand prize that we're going to give away on Friday. It's a luxury oceanfront getaway to Terranea Resort. So make sure you keep on listening for Lie of the Day. Also, we are streaming on YouTube today. Go to YouTube/ESPNLA to watch the show. Do I have that right, Bergman? Redbeard?
Yeah, close
Do
enough.
I have that right, Redbeard?
Did.
All right.
Redbeard is true.
Coming up next for you, John, I want to get to, we haven't talked about this, but Miles Turner came out. Did you see this? Miles Turner came out and talked about the potential
Yeah,
trade.
Jorge, I put some of that in there. Did you cut it? The Miles Turner stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, I sent out, I made a critical social media error.
You did?
I did.
Okay.
I will explain it.
That's
Coming up.
interesting.
Mason, Ireland, 710 ES.
Los Angeles, the podcast that is.
Mason and Ireland, the #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. The #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles, and we thank all of our podcast listeners for that.
If you ever miss a moment, get your fill anytime. Just search Mason and Ireland wherever you get your podcast.
What's up, people? So, John, yesterday, you know how the different teams will send hype boxes?
Yeah.
Like, for example, when I got my Rams season ticket holder box, I put it on video and I opened it up and you could see what was in it. Here's part of the end zone. Here's this football, all kinds of stuff, right? So LAFC said, Mario asked me, who's a huge LAFC fan, and I think produces our LAFC games, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, he does.
He said, LAFC wants to send you a hype box. Will you do something on social media with it? And I said, yeah, sure. So last night I do the video, and I open the box, and there's like an LAFC soccer ball, and there's a huge scarf, and there's all kinds of stuff. So open it up, put it on social media. Great. I saw comments later. You know your address is on the box.
Oh.
Oh, no, Mace.
Did you delete it?
Yes.
Oh, good.
But that's how stupid I am.
All right. So one day,
Yeah.
this is a new name tag.
Okay.
Okay. And you can see,
Just John Ireland and the Lakers logo.
right, on my bag.
Yep.
For years, the old one, I put a sticker on it
Yep.
that had my cell phone number on it.
Okay.
So when we were doing the show on Spectrum Sportsnet,
Yes.
I would come in, sit down, put my thing. One day, my phone starts ringing.
Yep.
And we're doing the show, so I'm ignoring it, and the show goes. But it was odd because I got 7 or 8 calls during the show.
Yeah.
And finally, one of the calls left a message. They said, Ireland, I'm watching you on Spectrum. Your backpack is in the background, and it's got your phone number blasted all over the screen. And I went, oh.
Got to be
Thank
careful.
you. So I no longer have my phone number on my backpack.
smart,
So I did the
smart.
same thing.
I
Well,
deleted
good,
it.
because
Yeah.
we're on YouTube, and we would have seen it on your backpack
Oh, yeah,
as you
sure,
picked it
yeah,
up
we
and
are
put it on
streaming.
the desk.
We
there.
do that for when I travel. We do a QR code instead of our information.
Oh,
Like you can
okay.
generate a QR code, print it, and put it in your tag.
Yeah, I don't have time for
And that's
that.
it.
I just,
Yeah.
took
Yeah,
a
it's more
black
work-
marker. I
it's
just
more work
crossed
than I
everything
wanna
out
do.
and redid the same thing. So, I don't see what Miles Turner said. Am I stupid? I mean, don't answer that question. It's rhetorical. Am I stupid? Do we have Miles Turner talking?
Yeah, I'll play.
All right, now this is
Okay.
Woj. He's doing a podcast. Now, most of the time, if a guy is on one team, you won't ask him about
Other teams.
playing for another team
Yeah.
because he'll never say, yeah, I want to be traded. Miles Turner comes pretty close. This is Woj with Miles Turner.
You've been hearing it for months. So I'll ask you, if you're the Lakers, would you do the 2 picks? Would you do the 2 picks?
Oh, that's such an intriguing question at that. I think personally, when you look at this business of the league and, knowing the landscape of the league, you have to go off your future, right? And we all know picks are so valuable in this league. And someone like myself, I'm heading into the last year of my deal, and you want to make sure, you're getting a return, for your assets, right? So, if I'm the Lakers, I take a very hard look at this with the position that you're in. I know what I can provide for a team, my leadership, my shot blocking, my three-point ability, and just my ability to make plays out there on the floor. And I take a very long look at it. But as far as pulling the trigger, that's I get paid to shoot. Now, I'm meant to make these calls, so I couldn't answer that.
All right, so first of all, kudos to Miles Turner
Yeah,
for a
pretty
moment of honesty
Hey,
there.
for Woj asking the question.
Yeah,
2
I mean,
picks.
most players won't touch it.
Yeah.
And I actually am a big Miles Turner fan. He actually shoots well from 3.
Yeah, he's a great player. And
it wouldn't just be him. It would probably be Buddy Hield, too.
correct, who's a dead-eye shooter. A
Fourth,
laser,
fourth,
as
fourth
LeBron
in the
would say.
NBA and made threes per game.
So here's my issue with this, and I think it's kind of like A or B. Do nothing or do everything. So you either trade Russell Westbrook, your 27 first-round pick, your 29 first-round pick, to Indiana for Miles Turner and Buddy Hield. That trade has been laying there for a long time, and you heard him talk about it. Or you do nothing, you ride it out, you wait and see if Russell Westbrook settles into the 6-man role, and you see how far you can get. Use his $47 million during the offseason to get better. I think those are. I think it's option A or option B.
And you were arguing for option B yesterday.
and I'm still arguing for option B. I still think that $47 million, and I don't know who's on the free agent market, but that's a lot of money. Who is on the free agent market next year? Who can we get for $47 million?
Well, what's interesting is the biggest name is probably going to be Kyrie.
Yeah, and I want no part of Kyrie.
Right.
None.
So you're saving money for who then? I think Miles Turner and Buddy Hield are a pretty good haul.
Right, but it's not gonna put you championship caliber. Draymond Green is free agent after this year.
Right.
They don't sign him. There are guys, Chris Middleton, James Harden, Kyrie, D'Angelo Russell. Is there anybody? Gary Trent Jr. is a nice player. Those are the kinds of guys. So maybe that's not game changer to keep that 47.
I think you said something that I think a lot of Laker fans are using this vernacular, and it's not. It doesn't have to be this.
Okay.
You said, does this trade, and I think you were highlighting the Turner trade at the time,
Correct.
make the Lakers a championship contender? And if the answer is no, then don't do it. I just think that the trade could make you better, and you want to just be moving in the right direction of improving. Are they a better team if they do that trade?
Oh, immediately a better team.
Yeah.
But are they the 6 seed, the 7 seed?
Maybe.
Are they still in the play-in tournament? And is that really where you're aiming, or are you aiming during the offseason to make that one big move where you've got assets, you get your 27, your 29, and you're able to maneuver this summer and use the $47 million in cap space?
Well, you've just hit on the main thing here. You got one move here.
Correct.
That's all you got.
Yep.
You got one big move you can make, which is why Rob is being very, very careful as to when he uses it.
Yeah.
Your argument that he should do nothing and just use it in the offseason is a legitimate argument. I mean, that may be the smartest course of action.
Yes. The panic move might be to do this deal.
But, on the other hand, LeBron is not going to be around. I know he looks like he's going to be around forever.
Plays like it.
Yeah, he's not. So, is it prudent to throw away a year of LeBron, meaning this year?
Yep.
And wait? I don't know. Maybe not. If LeBron's only going to be good for 2 to 3 more years, or who knows, maybe just 1 year.
Right.
I'm like what we're seeing right now with like Chris Paul. There's a serious drop off. Matthew Stafford may be heading down the mountain.
Yes.
You never know when Father Time is going to show up. And so, right now, LeBron's playing at a championship level.
And he wins in most of the commercials, most of the Father Time commercials.
Yes.
Jason Momoa wins some, but LeBron, I think, wins the big battle with Father Time.
So if you can make the team better when you have LeBron in a championship window, I think you consider it. And I think the Lakers are considering it. But the reason they're not going to make a knee-jerk here is they've got one move here. One, that's it.
Yep.
And how and when you use it is critical. So they very well may do what you're suggesting and just sit and wait until next year.
Okay, so yesterday, do you realize that the Powerball jackpot was not won last night?
Yeah, so it's $1 billion now.
$1 billion. Now, when do they do the next drawing?
I think tomorrow, Wednesday.
Wednesday,
Is it
right?
tomorrow?
I think Wednesday.
What, are we all going
This-
in on tickets?
Yeah, I'm so dumb, I'm in.
$20.
I'm so dumb.
Let's
I'm
do
in
it.
too.
Give it to you right now.
All right.
will you
I'll
go?
give it to you tomorrow.
Yeah, after the drawing.
Oh, actually, my wallet's in my car. I can Venmo you. Do you have
Yeah,
Venmo?
I'll
No, I
Venmo.
don't. I don't.
What do you mean you don't have Venmo?
I don't.
How do people pay you?
Zelle.
I think I have Zelle.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't
so
know how to
here's
do
the
that.
here's
I may
the,
have closed Zelle.
here's
I think
the
I had a
weird
problem.
So do people realize that the higher the jackpot is, the more people that buy tickets, which makes it less likely that you're going to win?
Yeah, that's what I'm
Does
saying.
anybody put
I'm
that together
stupid.
in their head?
And by the way, there's a better chance I'm going to be hit by lightning walking out of here today than win this lottery. And yet, did you see how quickly I said, here, Jorge?
Oh,
take
yeah.
that $20.
Here's my money. So this is a theory that Juan has. Juan says you're never going to win the Powerball jackpot if you buy your ticket in West L.A.
Why?
Too affluent.
Too affluent.
No, but where's that one liquor store,
Hawthorne.
Bluebird Liquor?
Isn't that Hawthorne?
Yeah, where every TV news crew goes.
Right. I think it's Hawthorne because there's been a
that's
winner there.
Like one town over from
So,
me.
like, when we were out in Desert Hot Springs last week, Juan was like, yeah, let's get a ticket here. Let's get a ticket here at this point.
I don't think his logic is crazy.
No, it's not. It's not. Rich people tend not to win the lotto, I don't think. Do they?
Not normally.
You guys ever know anybody to win the lottery? I
No.
did. One of my fraternity brothers won it when he was 24.
Get out of it. How much?
$3 million.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow.
Walked into his boss. He was working in construction. Walked into his boss's office and flipped him off and quit.
Do you think he blew it all?
He did.
He did?
How
Yeah.
fast?
Probably 6 years.
6 years, $3 million?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Wow.
But, I mean, he got a nice house out of it.
I mean, is he okay now?
Yeah, I think so. I know we could probably call him and ask him.
Lindsay just texted.
Did she win?
She says the odds are the same regardless of how many people buy a ticket. How can that be?
No, because the more people that buy tickets, the lesser your odds get. If I have a 1 in 100 chance of winning versus a 1 in 1,000 chance of winning, that's different.
Right. So let's agree. If you have 1 in a million chance versus 1 in a billion chance, you've got a better chance.
Yeah.
1 in a million.
Yeah, I think she's wrong.
Lindsay. All right, coming up next for you. Let's do. Okay, I got something good. All right. So, John, there is a blue checkmark revolt. Have you heard about it?
No, but I've got things to say about this blue.
Good.
I was with another blue checkmark person this morning, and we both came to the conclusion that even if they charge us $1 a month to keep our blue checkmark, we're out.
Okay.
On principle.
Yeah, we'll do that coming up. By the way, Lindsay says, because the numbers are infinite, they don't only sell X amount of tickets. You're wrong. Google it.
Okay.
Let me tell you, that is like the billionth time Lindsay has told me I am wrong.
Well, in this case, she could be right, but it doesn't make sense to me.
No, it doesn't make sense
The
to
more
me either.
people that buy tickets, the lesser chance you have of winning.
Still texting. It's a raffle where they only sell 100 tickets. Your odds are 1 in 100. Yeah, your odds are 1 in a billion.
Yeah, there is no cap on how many lottery tickets can be sold. It's a money-making device.
Correct. All right.
Yeah.
It's to you. Mason in Ireland, 710. Terranea Resort prize package. You get lunch and dinner for 2 at Terranea Resort, plus archery for 2 at the Beach Cove, and you qualify to win the grand prize for the week, a luxury oceanfront getaway to Terranea Resort, 2-night stay in an Ocean View suite, Lexus LC to drive for the weekend, golf at the links, dinner at Catalina Kitchen, and limo service for a very special evening at Crypto.com. Qualify today. We'll announce the grand prize winner on Friday. We'll do Lie of the Day every day this week.
Hey, Laker fans, John Ireland here. Have you downloaded the new ESPNLA app? You got to get this thing. It's great. You can get Travis and Sliwa, Mason and Ireland, Sedano and Cap, and all of our Lakers talk with Slee right in the palm of your hand.
You're just one tap away from everything Lakers. You could even win Lakers tickets.
React to the Lakers on ESPNLA app.
Download the new ESPNLA app in the App Store.
Ireland on your home of Rams football. 710 ESPN.
All right, so
All
we're
right,
talking
major
about the
reaction
Powerball.
here.
Yeah. And actually, King Dice is on the line on this subject of the Powerball and whether or not the odds get worse the higher the jackpot goes. King Dice, what's up, man?
How's it going, guys?
All right, so our contention is that because more people are playing, there's less likely a chance to win. Are we right, or is Lindsay right?
Lindsay is right. A couple minutes ago, you excuse me, you gave an example about the raffle. That's actually a very good example. On a raffle, everyone gets a ticket, but that's a single prize for a single winner. A lottery is a progressive multiplayer game. So let's say,
you know what, King Dice, you're right. It doesn't increase or decrease our chances of winning. It just increases our chances of splitting the pot.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Boy, hey, King Dice, are we pretty dumb here or what?
Not at all. I work in a casino. I explain the rules all the time.
Nice.
All right, thank you, King Dice.
Thank you, King Dice. Calling from Vegas. Works in a casino.
And there are many, many tweets backing up Lindsay.
It's a great name for somebody that works in Vegas at a casino, by the way.
King Dice.
King Dice.
Dice.
Okay, so
King.
remember a few weeks ago, I can't remember if Mason was here or not, we were talking about a TV show called Pacific Blue.
Yeah, I don't know that
he
show.
did a cameo
The cop
on
one.
once.
You did a cameo?
Two cops, two hot girls on bikes.
Yeah.
The guy who created that show is a guy named Bill Nuss, who tracked me down when we were talking about it.
Right.
And he just said, Lindsay, he just texted me, Lindsay is correct. The odds are based on the total possible combinations of numbers. However, with more entries, there's more of a likelihood that multiple winners with the same
Somebody
numbers.
in L.A. got 5 of the 6 and won a whole bunch of money today. Somebody did, but the big jackpot is still out there. All right, so yesterday we found out that Elon Musk, he's like a Batman supervillain at this point.
Lex Luthor.
He is. He's Lex Luthor. See, he decided, I'm going to start charging everybody $20 a piece for their blue check mark. Now, I've got a blue check mark. Ireland's got a blue check mark. A lot of the people that we know have blue check marks. It verifies your identity and all that stuff. So this is what Stephen King said about it. And Stephen King has 6.9 million followers. He says, $20 a month to keep my blue check mark? F that. They should pay me. If that gets instituted, I'm gone like Enron. It ain't the money, it's the principle of the thing. Nate Silver, who has 538.com, he has 3.5 million followers. He says, quote, I'm probably the perfect target for this. Use Twitter a ton, can afford $20 a month. Not particularly anti-Elon, but my reaction is that I've generated a ton of valuable free content for Twitter over the years, and they can go F themselves.
I kind of feel the same way.
Me too.
I'm
no
not
way.
paying even $1 to keep my blue check mark.
Nope, not at all.
And I've had one since the beginning.
It's going to be cool to not have a blue check mark.
Like I've said before, I think you lean on social media a little more than I do. The minute we're done with this show, I think I'm off Twitter.
Yeah,
forever.
no, I still have an ongoing show, so I've got to keep going with it. But by the way, this is an interesting nugget for you. So, about 21% of Americans are on Twitter and using it regularly.
Okay.
Okay. So, I came across this story that 90% of all tweets are generated by 10% of the members. So in other words, 10% of people on Twitter are generating virtually everything. And the number of people who consider themselves heavy tweeters are declining. I think he bought an asset that is in decline. Now he's trying to charge everybody $20. And I think people are increasingly moving to Instagram and TikTok for their information.
I think most people use Twitter as a news feed.
It is a good news feed, yeah.
And so that's why it's how he decides to monetize it will determine whether or not he overpaid. Most people think he did overpay.
Yeah.
I just think it's a cesspool of negativity. That's why I don't like Twitter.
Definitely can be.
But
hold on, I'll tell you what. Did you see? I sent out a tweet yesterday after the show. I mentioned that I was speechless after the Rams lost that game to San Francisco on Sunday, and I couldn't bring myself to tweet. So yesterday after the show, I tweeted this. Sean McVay is undefeated against Kyle Shanahan in the playoffs. I would trade all the regular season games for that win in the NFC Championship game. Hope all those Niners fans got to see our Lombardi trophy. It's been a while since they've won it themselves. # Rams House. I got so much reaction, so much vitriol, so much. And Juan said to me last night, you're getting a lot of hate on that tweet. I'm like, that was the whole idea.
Yeah.
The whole idea is to just troll the world. But factually, particularly the first two parts, are true. I would trade all of the regular season games for that one NFC Championship game. That's just facts, right?
I'm not sure that's true.
Come on! We lost last year in the final game, which was fantastic because Green Bay had to go to the Cowboys and Green Bay, and we got San Francisco at home in the NFC Championship game.
Okay, so how long? Sean McVay came in 2015, 2016, right around there somewhere?
Let's see.
He's played like 10
2016,
games against
2017,
Kyle
2018,
Shanahan.
yeah.
He's played 10 games against Kyle Shanahan, right? He's 0-10?
Yes.
And then he's 1-0 in the postseason. Sooner or later, and it may be this year, one of those Niner losses is going to cost you a chance to play in the Super Bowl. So the one Super Bowl ticket that you cashed,
which is the one I care about,
right? If they don't beat them for 10 more years, so how many years is that going to keep you out of the playoffs? That's kind of why.
Well, you can make the playoffs losing to San Francisco,
right? But I'm saying sooner or later it's going to catch up to you. If you write down 2 losses at the start of every year.
Right, but would you not trade that 0-10? And by the way, for some reason I think it's 0-8. Would you not trade that 0-10 or that 0-8, whichever one it is, for one NFC Championship game?
I would.
Yes.
But would you do it for 0-20?
For one Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Yes, for one Super Bowl championship.
All right, what about 0-40?
For one Super Bowl championship. It's only happened twice in the history of the Rams.
Right.
That you trade everything for the Super Bowl.
You would take 20 years of losing to the Niners for one Super Bowl.
For one Super Bowl.
And
Would you not?
Then you've got the right guy.
Wouldn't you? For one Super Bowl?
It depends what it costs me.
Well, let's take that premise. It's 20 consecutive losses.
Okay.
In the regular season.
In the
not
regular
the
season, right. Would you trade 20 consecutive losses for one NFC Championship game where you went on to win the Super Bowl?
I think so, but you'd have to tell me how many of those 20 losses cost me a chance at the playoffs. In other words, did I miss the playoffs by one game in some of those years?
Yeah, I mean, I actually think when I look
at
2
games.
When I look ahead here at the rest of the season, by the way, if you're just tuning in, the Rams did not make any moves at the trade deadline. There were approximately 9 players traded. And
there were 10 today, which is an all-time record for one day.
Was it 10?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there were some trades. Of the ones of note, let's see, what's of note? Bradley Chubb to the Dolphins is a great get.
McCaffrey's probably the biggest name that went.
McCaffrey last week, yeah. But T.J. Hawkinson went to the Vikings. That's useful.
Hawkinson's a good player.
Chase Claypool to the Bears. I don't know what the Bears are doing because they also traded Roquan Smith to the Ravens. Calvin Ridley to the Jaguar. I mean, there are trades. The Rams did not do any. And they tried. Apparently, they offered 2 first-round draft picks, 24 and 25, to the Carolina Panthers for Brian Burns, the defensive end. And
I don't know why Carolina didn't do that.
I don't know why Carolina. I think Carolina's thought was, look, we can trade him during the offseason or after this season and get a 23 pick, which will be more immediate than the 24 and the 25. Does that make sense? We want a number 1 in 23 where we can get better faster. I think that's what they were thinking.
Yeah, but there's a couple of Rams draft picks who've worked out really well. Cooper Kupp, Aaron Donald.
I mean, a lot of them. A lot of Rams draft picks.
Not really.
Van Jefferson. I mean, on and on.
Yeah, but Van Jefferson isn't he's very replaceable. The guys that did the Rams draft Tyler Higbee? I think they did.
Yeah.
But most of the star Ram players from last year's Super Bowl team, outside of Cooper Kupp and Aaron Donald, were acquired by trade or by free agency. Guys like Jalen Ramsey and Matthew Stafford and, Sony Michel was really important last year, and OBJ and all those guys. So it just seems to me, and I said this during Super Crosstalk today, if I'm an NFL GM and I didn't do anything today, I didn't feel like I'm doing my job. And you can say, well, we tried, but trying's not good enough. Like Tom and the Sorter used to say, I can get that guy up there in the stands to try. You need somebody who can make moves and improve the team.
For sure. Yeah, and a lot of teams stood pat. And it's a weird year in the NFL. Now, the message, what do we take any message from the fact that the Rams did nothing? Because they did try to do stuff.
Well, and the Rams are always pretty active in every possible way. You know, like they'll trade their picks on draft day. They'll go out and sign. The Rams may not be done. They may still go sign OBJ when he's ready to be signed.
Yeah,
you know? So
may still come.
I'm not worried about Les Snead. He has a history. You've got to look at his whole body of work. He has a history of being active.
Now,
what in the world were the Raiders doing? What were the Chargers doing?
Yeah.
What were the, I mean, it just seems to me that today was a great chance for you to improve your team if you're an NFL GM, and you did nothing.
All right, coming up next for you. Sean McVay did something inexplicable Sunday in that game against the Niners.
I meant to ask you about this yesterday, and I didn't.
It is just ridiculous.
Yeah, I know where you're going.
Yeah, and Adele is going back to school. You know the story of that?
No.
I will tell you coming up. And then we got Bobcat Mason in Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Football fans want to win $100 for picking 5 games against the spread? Just download the Cover 5 app for free. Compete with Mason and me each week for a chance to win $100. Here's what you need to do. Download the Cover 5 app, use code MI22 to join our show league, and then start having fun all season long. Just download the Cover 5 app. Use code MI22 to join the Mason and Ireland Show League. Pick 5 games against the spread to win $100, or play all season long at cover5.com.
Terranea Resort prize package. You get lunch and dinner for 2 at Terranea Resort, plus archery for 2 at the Beach Cove, and you qualify to win the grand prize for the week, a luxury oceanfront getaway to Terranea Resort, 2-night stay in an ocean view suite, Lexus LC to drive for the weekend, golf at the links, dinner at Catalina Kitchen, and limo service for a very special evening at Crypto.com. Qualify today. We'll announce the grand prize winner on Friday. We'll do Lie of the Day every day this week. So don't forget we're doing Lie of the Day today. Winner gets a Terranea Resort prize package, including lunch and dinner for 2 at Terranea Resort and archery for 2 at the Beach Cove. Plus, you qualify for the grand prize we're giving away on Friday, a luxury oceanfront getaway to Terranea Resort. And get this, you get a 2-night stay in an ocean view suite, a Lexus LC to drive for the weekend, golf at the links, dinner at the Catalina Kitchen, and limo service to Crypto.com for a night out with some basketball. That is all going to be announced on Friday, but you can qualify and get a cool thing from Terranea today if you can figure out my lie. All right, so, John, I was at the this is interesting. So I'm at the Rams game on Sunday, and at the very end of the game, there is...
At this point, it's like 31-13, right?
Right, 31-14. Game's over. And a player goes down. I can't see who it is. Somebody's down, you can't see who it is. I look at the big board, can't see who it is.
Because everyone huddles around
him. So ultimately, limping off the field was Cooper Kupp. So during that loss, McVay, Sean, kept his starters in when it was 31-14 with a minute to go. Now, and Kupp rolled his ankle. He's questionable for Sunday. They hope he's going to be okay to go this week. But the question is, how can the guy who doesn't play any of his starters in the preseason let all of his starters stay in down 17 with a minute left?
It's a great question, and I hope Sean comes on with us this week and we can ask him.
Yeah.
Because you're right. He looks out for players more than any coach we know.
Yep.
Not sure what he was thinking there, other than a lot of coaches have the mentality you compete till the final whistle no matter what. But I'm with you. I can never understand, in particular, when the Lakers are getting blown out.
Yep.
They're down 30.
Yep.
There's 3-4 minutes to go.
Get everybody out.
What's LeBron doing out
Yeah.
there?
Yeah.
What's AD doing out there?
What was Matthew Stafford doing out there?
Yeah. I think it's a completely
that's-
fair question.
That's a spot for John Wolford.
Yep. And, I mean, at this point, you're not scoring 20 points in the final 3 minutes.
No,
So,
you're not. By the way, it was the final minute.
Yeah. Don't get it.
Just dumb.
And like you say, Sean is probably more conservative and takes better care of players than anyone we know.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd be interested to see what his philosophy was there if we get him this week.
Yeah. Are we have him this week?
We should. We normally have him.
All right, good. All right, so John, Adele, who, by the way, this is so. Does she go to a lot of Laker games or
some?
Okay, so I saw her at the
I've
one.
seen her like at 3, probably.
You know how sometimes people have just an aura where they're just clearly. She has that.
Yep.
And when I was at a game last year and she was there with Rich Paul, you kept looking down there and wondering, how is Adele looking at this game? What does she think of the game? I was fascinated by that. So she has announced that after she released her album 30 this year, with all those, go easy on me, she says she's going to take some time off and go back to school. She says she is going to major in English Lit. She never got a chance to go to university because her recording career started so early. But she's going to go back to school and study English literature. Now, I've often thought about going back to school. I would be interested in going back to school. What about you?
Zero interest or possibility.
No,
yeah.
none.
I was very glad when I got out of school.
See, I'd like to go to UCLA and go to their screenwriting program. They've got a great screenwriting program at UCLA. I would love to
I think you could write a screenplay without going to that program.
I have written screenplays. They're just not very good, so I could probably use the class. Jorge, would you ever go back to school?
I think so. Yeah, I would.
You're in a business where you got to keep learning new skills.
Yeah,
right?
I would go back to film school maybe.
Yeah, back to film school.
Film school would be cool.
You shoot those great hype videos and all that stuff. That's awesome.
Thanks.
Bergman, would you go back?
I didn't finish the first time. Why would I go back?
Right. But don't
you and me, Bergman. Hell no, we won't go.
Do you really?
Exactly.
Don't let school interfere with your education.
No interest.
So here's this.
No interest.
This is a true story. So I went to Bowling Green State University, and in 1987, when I wrapped up my my years at Bowling Green, 4 years, all my friends graduated, and I went through the graduation ceremony, even though I was 3 credits short. 3 credits short.
Phony.
5 years later, I worked out with a professor at Bowling Green to do an independent study for those final 3 credits. So technically, I'm class of 92 and not class of 87. But you guys are all looking at me. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. I just got an email.
I just got an email.
Just called.
The Rams just let me.
Nice try, man.
You know what his tell is? His tell is always, this is a true story.
Okay. Go, let me tell you something. You guys are 1,000,000% wrong.
That was true?
Really?
That was 100% true.
Oh.
That's not the lie of the day.
Oh.
You guys all are like, yeah, got him. No, class of 92, technically.
As soon as you go, this is a true story, I tweeted to both those guys, this is the lie.
So I will give you a hint. The lie has been told.
Okay.
Okay.
But it's not that.
It's not that.
Okay.
It's not that.
Okay.
Yeah.
You sure you didn't get an email?
I did not.
Okay.
From Northridge?
Exactly. Yeah. Technically, you're not class of 92.
So, did you see they're working on a Dodgeball 2?
Oh, man, I hope it's... Man, that is a movie they probably shouldn't mess with.
I don't know. They're waiting for Ben Stiller to say yes. There's apparently a screenplay. Vince Vaughn is pushing for it. and it is Ben Stiller that is the holdup. Now, it's dodgeball. I think it works. Now, the sad part is Rip Torn has passed away, and he was the coach. And if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Yeah, but he got killed in the first dodgeball.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, he did
the
get
scoreboard
killed.
fell on top of him.
Unfortunately, he passed away in real life. Great actor.
Right.
So you're
because he did come by in flashbacks.
Yeah, and he was great, by the way, on the Larry Sanders Show.
They've got to get Gary Cole and Jason Bateman to be the announcers if they do dodgeball again.
So are you in or out?
Oh, 100% in.
Yeah, I am too.
Matter of fact, if I see
it's a classic.
If I see it now, I stop and watch it.
So funny.
Yeah.
So funny. All right, coming up next for you is Bobcat Bergman's going to throw a bunch of stuff at us. Mason, Ireland, 710 ES.
Hey, Laker fans, John Ireland here. Have you downloaded the new ESPNLA app? You got to get this thing. It's great. You can get Travis and Sliwa, Mason and Ireland, Sedano and Cap, and all of our Lakers talk with Slee right in the palm of your hand.
You're just one tap away from everything Lakers. You could even win Lakers tickets.
React to the Lakers on ESPNLA app.
Download the new ESPNLA app in the App Store or on Google Play.
Terranea Resort prize package. You get lunch and dinner for two at Terranea Resort, plus archery for two at the Beach Cove, and you qualify to win the grand prize for the week, a luxury oceanfront getaway to Terranea Resort, 2-night stay in an Ocean View suite, Lexus LC to drive for the weekend, golf at the Links, dinner at Catalina Kitchen, and limo service for a very special evening at Crypto.com. Qualify today. We'll announce the grand prize winner on Friday. We'll do Lie of the Day every day this week.
Yo, football fans, you want to win $100 for picking 5 games against the spread? Just download the Cover 5 app for free. Compete with me and Sedano each week for a chance to win $100. Here's what you need to do. Download the Cover 5 app, use code SK22 to join our show league, and start having fun all season long. Just download the Cover 5 app, use code SK22 to join the Sedano and Cap Show League. Pick 5 games against the spread to win $100, or play all season long at cover5.com.
It's time for Corporate Greg's Bobcat segment, but first, have you followed Corporate Greg and his new Instagram?
Corporate Greg.
That's right. The other one got hacked. So the new one is corporate_Greg. Follow now, follow often.
Corporate Greg.
But now it is time for that Bobcat.
Bobcat.
It's time for Bobcat.
Bobcat.
Bobcat time. Take it away, Corporate Greg.
Corporate Greg.
Thank you very much, Chris and Amanda. All right, so Dwight Howard is out of the league right now. Listen to what he had to say to Shannon Sharp on where he wants to play next.
What about the defending champs, the Warriors?
Oh, man, that's perfect. I've been a Warrior my whole life. I started out at my school as a Warrior.
Mm-hmm.
They need a big. I know they have Kevon Looney, and I know they have the young boy Wiseman, but I'm Dwight Howard. Wiseman can learn so much from me because he's headed in that direction of being a great big man. You know what I'm saying?
So what do you think of Dwight Howard to fit on Golden State, and should they give him a shot?
First of all, I would like to point out, and this is specifically targeted at Ramona Shelburne, did you hear him say his own name?
Yes, Dwight.
I'm Dwight Howard.
Dwight.
Yeah, like
exactly.
she always makes fun of me for saying Dwight.
It's
too,
Dwight.
Yeah, that's how he says
Good point.
I actually think that Michael, who will be here tomorrow, By the way, Michael's coming
nice.
and he's doing Game of Games. Michael would welcome this move because Dwight plays defense and rebounds, and that's what Golden State needs. And he wouldn't play more than 10, 15 minutes a game anyway. I actually think the Warriors would be smart to sign him. I like that idea.
You know, I actually like that idea, too. I mean, he was a really good role player for the Lakers in 2020.
Yeah.
When we won the championship in the bubble. So, yeah, I like the idea of Dwight kind of coaching up James Wiseman, who looks like he's going to be just a beast, with or without Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard. Yeah, but I'm all for it. Some mentorship with one of the greatest of all, a Hall of Famer. Sure, absolutely.
Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy.
Random. Ooh, piece of candy.
So stupid.
Hit it again.
Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy.
Who is that?
It's James Woods in Family Guy, and he's just, they trap him. It's just an amazing.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Ooh, piece of candy.
Wow.
All right. So, did you know that Tim Burton did not direct The Nightmare Before Christmas?
Wait a minute. It says Tim Burton's Nightmare Before Christmas right on the poster.
Yeah, but he was not the director. A man named Henry Selick did, and he told a site called AV Club that he feels slighted by it and that it's a bit unfair that he doesn't get credit for bringing the incredible movies to life. Now, Burton was a producer and created the story, but Selick actually was the one that directed it. Has anyone ever taken credit for something that you created and you want to get off your chest
Hello,
now?
Blame Pie.
Blame
I
Pie.
had a feeling that was going to be
The Kamenetsky's claim erroneously that they invented the blame pie.
Totally stole that from us. Bits. You know, here's the thing about radio. We all steal bits from each other all the time. Like the afternoon shows, like you got that from us. No, these bits have been floating around forever.
It's all derivative.
It's all, we've been recycling the same bits I have for 35 years. And it's the same stuff over and over.
We all go to the same sites. We all see the same things.
We all do go to the same sites.
Right. Like, if we tell a story, it's not because we heard it on another show.
Right. So, like, for example, Ireland sends an email every day, and I'm like, half the stuff we agree on that's already on the list. Some new stuff. But, I mean, we're all going to the same sites. So, in the case of this, Blame Pie is the most egregious example. But I will tell you that I used to steal stuff all the time when I was in Ohio from Mark and Brian. Like, for example, there was a big story and it got national attention. Mark and Brian on KLOS were dunked in chocolate. Well, the next Valentine's Day, me and my co-host were dunked in chocolate. It was a
markets.
great bit.
Totally fine.
I know, but I guess my point is that everybody is stealing from everybody all the time. So aside from the Blame Pie, I have no real issues.
Did you steal anything ever, Ireland?
Not that I can think of. I mean, I'm sure I did. Like May says, everything's derivative. But part of that, too, is like you saying Tim Burton didn't direct.
He didn't actually. He was not the director.
Who's the GM of the Miami Heat?
Isn't that Pat Riley?
Yeah.
No.
Well, but it is.
So I would argue that
Who is the GM?
Tim Burton didn't direct.
Yes.
Or kind of like, who's the offensive?
Who is the GM?
This guy named Andy Ellisberg. Who
Never
nobody,
heard of him.
Yeah, the Andy Ellis.
Well, do you guys know who the GM of the Clippers is?
It would be Lawrence Frank.
That's what most people would say.
Who is it?
It's a guy named Michael Winger.
Oh, okay.
But-
Is that the guy from OKC, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that happens a lot.
Yeah,
Like,
that's a
who's
good
the
point.
offensive coordinator for the Rams?
Sean McVay.
It's somebody else.
It's truly Sean McVay.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
he's got that
So
card
I would
right in front
say
of his
if you're
face.
the director on, as Mason said, Tim Burton's Nightmare Before Christmas, you ain't getting any credit.
Henry
But
Selick.
Shout
Know
out
the
to
name.
Henry Selick. He directed a really, really cool movie. Bergman, I think you probably saw it.
What is it?
Coraline. Did you
Coraline.
ever see
Oh, my
Coraline?
daughter loves
He
Coraline.
directed that. It is a great,
I think
great
that was Tim
movie.
Burton also.
Maybe Coraline, yeah. Might have been.
It's very much the exact same style. It fits Tim Burton very well.
Bob
All right,
Cat.
Jorge, what you got?
All right, so one of Brenda's co-workers, really close to Brenda,
Okay.
her son is turning 21.
Okay.
And we're trying to figure out what we can get this kid. So
Booze.
My suggestion besides booze, I said we can get him booze and like $21 worth of scratchers. And this idea I got because of the Powerball.
I like
thing.
that.
That's a great idea.
And Brenda's like, no, I think $20 is just a little. I'm like, okay, so then give you a better idea. What do you guys think? Great idea or no?
I love it. I think $21 for the scratchers, particularly when's his birthday?
This Sunday.
with this
Coming
with
Sunday.
current lotto jackpot coming up, buy
Exactly.
the tickets tomorrow, give them to them a few days early. Just say, hey, we were thinking about you. It's your birthday coming up. We figure why not improve your chances of winning a bunch of money? Here's 21 scratchers.
What are the odds of winning?
That's the whole point.
How much is a scratcher?
It depends. It goes from $1 to $10.
Okay.
Buy him 21 $1 scratcher tickets.
And then he can get 50 out of that. I don't
What
know,
do you think
100?
the win? How much do you win on 21 scratchers?
We should try it. We should buy $20
Okay,
worth
okay.
of-
I'm going
All
to
right.
get 21 scratch
Okay,
tickets tomorrow. The $1
For each of
versions.
us.
Let's see. I'm not buying one for 21 for each of you. No, but I will. I'll go to the store and buy 21
But you have to pick
scratch
different,
off tickets.
$1 ones or $2 ones, whatever.
Yeah,
they are.
we'll see how
It's
much
got to
we
be
win.
even.
Yeah.
You know, there's 4 of us, so 21 doesn't divide into 4.
How about
24?
I'll friggin' share whatever I win.
Just
I mean,
get a bunch of candy.
Good God, yeah.
Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy.
Wow.
Wow.
I never thought James Woods would be a regular contributor to this show. That
Jimmy Woods.
Yeah, that happening was way down on the list.
Yes.
Oh boy, we'll go to another one.
Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy.
I just like it so much. All right, so I have the odds for Gisele Bundchen's next boyfriend, according to the sportsbettingdime.com. That was going to be my next thing I
1
say.
million to 1.
I'll give you a hint. You know a lot of the names. Mine is surprisingly not on it. Should be. It's ridiculous.
Right,
Where does Pete Davidson rank?
Second.
There you go.
At plus 900.
Man.
know, kid.
Who's first?
Well, you want to take a couple guesses here?
Yeah. Okay.
These are all famous people.
Okay,
I would like most of them.
famous
Oh, I got
people.
it. It's Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt is number 4 at plus 1100.
Brad Pitt's a good call.
That is a good one.
Trying to think of who else is
I'm
single.
saying, and who else is age appropriate?
Age appropriate. Well,
Amanda says Leonardo DiCaprio. He is on there.
They've
at
already
6.
They've already dated.
Oh well, he's
Have they
on
already
it
dated?
again.
Yeah, they dated when
Also-
when Giselle was younger.
Sorry,
Yeah, but she's
Giselle,
not 25 anymore.
Yeah, you're too old.
yeah, no, she's too old for him now.
You know, Bergman, Giselle has a twin sister. That may be your way into the
Yeah,
fortune.
you
we
can
go.
get the twin who has no money.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know who's number 1.
Okay, so number 1 is Bradley Cooper,
Oh, okay, that's a
which
good
I
call.
guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
The other one,
He's dating a younger, hotter supermodel right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
number 3 is a guy that's in a commercial with Tom Brady.
Gronk?
No, isn't it Jason Momoa in the commercial?
Oh, yeah, Jason Momoa in LeBron.
Oh, with LeBron. That's right. Never mind. But yeah, he's number 3 at
Yeah,
plus
but isn't
1,000.
Jason Momoa with...
They broke up.
They broke
oh,
up.
they did.
Elisa
Zoe
Gonzalez.
Kravitz?
I thought you.
No, I think he was singing Lisa Bonet.
Yeah, Lisa Bonet.
Oh.
Yeah, then it's Cristiano Ronaldo, Michael Jordan, Lewis Hamilton, Zac Efron, John Boyega, Drake, plus 2,200. Anybody, you want to make any bets on any of
Drake
these?
is not a bad.
No, Drake's a good call.
Wait,
Harry
I'll bet
Styles?
$1 on Drake.
$1 on Drake.
I
Plus
get 2,200 if I win, right?
Yes, you
That's
get
an easy 2,200.
Rob Lowe. Or Bob Lowe. What's his name? Amanda?
Bob-
Amanda
Bob
says
Lowe.
who? Oh, Garoppolo. Oh, Jimmy
Following
G.
his
Sorry.
Jimmy
Jimmy
G
G.
following Brady again? No? You don't
What's
think so?
interesting about Jimmy G is, hey, Amanda, get to a microphone. Here's the thing about Jimmy G. My wife thinks Jimmy G is ridiculously attractive.
So does Brenda, yeah.
Yeah, your
Oh,
wife
my
does
God.
too?
My mom is like, oh, Jimmy G.
But here's what turned Lisa off to Jimmy G. When he found out he dated a porn star.
Yeah.
She goes,
Yeah, that's kind of gross.
so would that? But if Jimmy G walked in here right now,
I'd be like, oh yeah, he's smoking hot.
right? But and he showed an interest in you. The fact that he dated a porn star, is that a deal breaker?
That's a deal breaker because
Why?
when you think about
Where
she's
he's
prob-
been?
where she's been, and
Oh,
then
yeah,
where he's been,
yeah.
where she's been, and
Very-
then where he's been.
Yes.
And you put the puzzle pieces together.
You're like,
very-
I don't
that's
want
very-
any part
Yeah.
of this,
I-
what's at
I
the other end of
know.
that puzzle.
But everybody has a sexual history,
Yeah.
True.
But
Yeah,
not
but
porn.
that one's just
Well,
a little.
as far as you know. I mean,
Oh, wait a minute. Is there porn of John Ireland?
no, you. I'm talking about.
There's no porn
He's
of
one
me.
of Hollywood's
Not
big
you,
guns.
Nobody
but
would
all
want
the
to-
me.
no,
Nobody
because
would
all
want to
the
see any of either of you.
yeah, exactly. That's why there isn't any of me. No, Mace. What I'm saying is, when you were younger,
Yeah.
and hitting the ball with power to all
So
fields,
all fields, yes.
you don't know that you didn't cross swords with a porn star.
Oh, jeez.
John, man.
You don't. You don't.
Technically, I don't.
But
But
this
I-
is different because
but
I
in
would
Jimmy
know.
G's case, you know.
I would know, and so the answer would be no.
Oh yeah, my mom is like Jimmy G.
He is. He's
She
hot.
said, "I'm rooting for the Rams for you, but Jimmy G."
He is. He's hot.
Yeah, he's very attractive.
Is he the most attractive NFL quarterback, Amanda?
Zach
Yes,
Wilson.
I would say so.
Yeah.
Oh, Zach Wilson. Yeah.
He's a
No,
baby.
He is so young.
Garoppolo.
Yeah,
for sure.
Garoppolo looks like a male model.
Yeah, he looks like.
I used to like Brady, but there's something weird going on with his face now.
I agree. He's
By the
really
way, Greg,
thin,
is
it
there
looks like.
is there a
or he
thing
had something done.
that says who Brady's next girlfriend will be?
Oh, that's a good
no,
question, too.
this only had
Because we know he had Bridget
Gisele.
Moynihan.
Right.
Right? So actress.
If he started
then supermodel.
Yeah, if he started dating Kim Kardashian, would that break the internet?
Probably.
I don't think Kim goes there.
Kim and
You don't
Tom
think
Brady?
Kim goes there? Or you
Yeah.
don't think Tom
Oh,
goes
Kim
there?
would go there in a second.
No, I don't think
The
Tom.
whole
I think
point-
Tom would. I don't
Kris
think Kim
Jenner
would.
has got like puppet strings on
But Tom
Kim,
Brady's
and she'll
white.
walk him over to Tom. It doesn't matter.
Yes,
is
it
Pete
does.
Davidson.
Yeah,
They are
Pete
dating-
Davidson is white.
They're dating strategically.
Oh, wait a minute.
hear
Wait a
me,
minute.
but
Pete
Pete
Davidson.
Davidson.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Oh, yeah. That's a good point.
Who
That's
can?
true.
I think what Kim's thinking.
Okay, they only marry non-white guys, but
You really think that Tom Brady wants to get married again?
Nah, I doubt
well,
it.
eventually.
Kim will probably have like 5 marriages down the road.
It's all for
on the
what do you-
YouTube stream.
Yeah, wait a minute. What do you mean dating strategically? You mean that they're not in love?
Oh, I think that. No, I think it happens all the time. I think people date.
Well, that's
to
my
im-
whole argument. And
to
you say,
improve
no.
their-
People
I'm s-
only get
I'm
together for
saying
love.
I wouldn't do it.
Okay, but
Yeah.
isn't
I
Brady
wouldn't.
too I mean, he's too old now. He's too you
Aren't
know, he's
Brady
past
and
his
Kim
prime.
about the same age?
They probably
He's
are.
past his prime though.
Boy, it's Brady.
Yeah.
Brady's 45, right?
45. What's Kim?
40, probably.
Yeah, that's totally
reasonable.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she.
Did you
probably
see
wants-
Kim showed up at Tracy Ellis Ross's 50th birthday party? Did you see this?
No.
It was not a costume.
Oh,
party.
I did see. I
She
saw
showed
something
up
about it.
as Mystique
Yes,
from the
all
X-Men.
blue.
All
That's right. Yeah.
blue.
She didn't know it was
And
it
all I
wasn't
say
a
is
costume party.
Mystique, because she was played by Jennifer Lawrence and
Rebecca Romaine.
Mystique does not have a butt that big. That's just
No,
flat
Well,
out true.
no one,
Mystique is a little
no
more
one has a butt as big as Kim.
That is true.
Yeah,
That is true.
It should be in the Smithsonian. That
and,
it's
someday,
like,
and someday will.
yeah.
Someday will be.
All right, Bergman, is that it?
Ooh, piece of candy.
Do you want a story about Jalen Hurts or Adele?
Yes.
What?
Adele. No, Adele.
Adele,
let's do an
Okay,
Adele story.
so do you know we've been saying Adele's name wrong this entire time?
No.
No.
Yes, we are. It's another
Adele?
one.
Is it Adele?
No, you'll
Adele?
see. Here's how she says it based off a question she was asked on
Adele?
Happy Hour with
Adele?
Adele.
The E?
Tell me
Adele?
if you hear a difference or
Adele?
not. I do not, but she says there's a difference.
Annie from London. Here we go. Hell yeah, girl.
Hi Adele, I'm Annie and I'm from London. And my question is, on your journey to self-love while writing 30, did your perspective on how you saw yourself when you wrote 25 change at all and how? Cheers babes, love ya.
Where's she from? Enfield or something? Love that. She said my
It
name
just says
perfectly.
London. Yeah.
He came and asked me how I say my
Adele.
name and I was like, Adele.
How was
and she was
mine?
like, hi Adele.
They do it. Adele?
Adele.
Adele.
That's how we all say it.
Adele. It's not Adele.
No,
That's what
it's
she's
not.
saying.
She's not
It's in
saying
the-
there's
it's
a
in the thing.
silent H. There's no silent. She didn't say that.
That's exactly what she
said. Adele.
That's exactly what she
She
said.
did not. Jorge, do me a favor. Clip that, just that little bit.
Where she says, she
Aside
said my
from-
name perfectly.
Aside from the annoying question about your journey, I cannot stand your journey conversation. On my journey.
But we've been saying
Well,
Adele,
you know, Mace,
Adele,
on your
Adele.
journey is where you'll find your truth, which you love.
Respect.
Yeah, so have some respect.
Clip that, and we'll use
But
that.
we've all been saying Adele, Adele, and she said my name perfectly, which means that we've been saying it wrong. Well, but her accent
It's
is what it is. I
Adele,
don't know what you want to say.
Adele,
It's
Adele, Adele.
Yeah, there's no H. It's just the
You don't have
accent,
to
you
say
dope.
it in British.
In the story, I'm just saying what it is right
You're
here.
saying say it in British,
in
and it's right.
the story, it has it spelled Huhdele.
Adele, Adele. Okay, here it is.
Said my
It
name
just says
perfectly.
London. Yeah.
He came and asked me how I say my
Adele.
name and I was like, Adele.
How was
and she was
mine?
like, hi Adele.
They do it. Adele?
Adele.
Yeah, she's saying
Adele.
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 There's no H.
Adele. That's
Where
what
are
she's
you?
saying.
Wait,
How are you not
Hey,
hearing this?
Bergman, seriously, I want you to go to an
ear
ENT
doctor?
and
They're
get
not
your
called ENTs
ears
anymore.
cleaned. Why
I
is
do
it not
need
called an ENT? My guy's an ENT.
They changed
Ear,
the
nose,
name.
and throat.
It's not ENT anymore.
Yeah, how do you spell
No, my
Jose?
doctor's-
H-O-S-E.
Jose. H-O-S-E.
There's an H at the beginning.
Why are you stealing Jorge's jokes?
Hey.
Jorge gave me a joke.
Hey,
Why don't you say it on the air, Jorge?
Greg.
Bergman.
It's spelled H-U-H-D-A-L-E.
Yeah.
How do you spell Juan?
Hadel.
Juan.
H-U-A-N.
Yeah.
That's with a J. The J sounds like an H anyway.
Yeah, you are hearing things that are not there to be heard.
No, that's look. She's saying it, not me. I'm just going by what she says.
How was
She was
mine?
like, Adele.
Did I do it? Adele?
Adele.
Adele.
Hadel.
There is no
Go back
H.
again. Do it again. Do it
Oh,
again.
man, there is no H.
How I say my name, and I was like, Adele.
How was
She was
mine?
like, Adele.
Did I do it? Adele?
Adele.
Adele.
Adele. She's saying Adele.
Greg,
You guys are totally missing.
Amanda doesn't hear it. I don't hear it. Jorge doesn't hear it. Mason doesn't hear it. Is there a possibility that perhaps you're either stoned or can't hear?
No. I'm absolutely right.
What kind of computer do you have? Adele. That's my computer. Adele. That's what I got.
Or in Bergman's case,
Adele.
Adele.
Who's right, John?
Greg, I think you're right.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Oh, that's wrong. All right, coming up next for you. You know, I'm a big dog. I love my dogs, right?
Yeah.
But there's a limit to what I will do for them.
I disagree with that.
Okay, there is a limit.
I
and
cannot think of anything you would not do.
And I will tell you what it is coming up. Plus, does Justin Turner deserve a legacy contract from the Dodgers? We'll
Okay.
get into that coming up.
And I have an etiquette question that I want to ask you.
Perfect.
I think you're violating etiquette.
Okay.
All right. I will share coming up.
We will do that coming up. Mason, Ireland, 710
Pasadena, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station.
It is Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN. Don't get it twisted, yo. The most downloaded sports radio show in Los Angeles. The podcast, that is.
Mason and Ireland, the #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. The #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. And we thank all of our podcast listeners for that.
If you ever miss a moment, get your fill anytime. Just search Mason and Ireland wherever you get your podcast.
Go
It's Adele.
It's Adele.
Adele. Adele.
Oh man.
That was I think this was the only real hit off that album, wasn't it?
Oh, speaking of albums.
Yes.
Did you guys see this?
It's crazy.
First time in the history of the Billboard Hot 100 that one artist has all 10 of the top 10 spots.
Yeah.
It's Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift. Number
She
1
now-
through 10.
She had every song on her album is a hit. And like, I don't even think about albums anymore. You know, it used to be you would go buy an album. Now you just download the songs you like.
Juan loves Taylor Swift, and we will be she's playing at SoFi August 4th and 5th. So tickets will go on sale, I guess.
And I'm
soon.
guessing not cheap.
No, not cheap.
Now,
By the way,
because
not cheap. I just looked this up. Saturday, LAFC plays Philadelphia
Union.
Philadelphia Union for the MLS championship at Bank of
Wait a
California
minute.
Stadium.
Are you serious? Philadelphia's playing for the MLS championship?
Yeah, you're right. Philadelphia.
They're in the World Series. Their football team is undefeated. And now they're playing for the who decided Philly is king of the sports world?
So the get-in price for that game on Saturday, $400. That is
You gonna
in
pay it?
demand.
It's a historic match. First time ever.
First time ever. Are you going, Jorge?
Yeah, I think so.
How'd you get in?
Well, you know.
Yeah.
Buy a ticket.
That one. You didn't
buy no ticket.
What are you, like Mario's assistant?
Nah,
on
I wish.
Saturday?
I wish I was an assistant.
Yeah, I'd like to find a way in. Jacob Arani's a big sponsor. He's going to be there. It should be fun. $400 is too much to pay.
It's a lot for a soccer game.
Well, it's a lot for. I mean, it's a lot of money.
No,
A
you
lot of real
would
money.
you wouldn't think twice if it was the Dodgers or the Rams, but for LAFC, you got to think about it.
You know what we didn't do today? GrubHub password.
Oh
yeah.
Okay, so a little background on this. Mason decided that he was ordering too much GrubHub.
Yep, too many donuts.
So we were in a commercial break one day. We weren't in the air, and he said, "All right, I've got a problem, and I've got to be proactive here. I'm going to change my GrubHub password to something so obscure that not even I will remember it." And I said, "Well, if you're serious, if you really, really want a password that you won't remember, give me your computer, and I will change your password." I never thought you would go for it.
Yep.
You did. That was how many days ago? 2 weeks at least.
2
right?
weeks, yeah. I've gone without GrubHub for 2 weeks.
And I chose a password that I thought you would eventually figure out. But you've had 7 or 8 days of yes or no questions.
Right. I've guessed dogs, Venice, Juan, Jacob Ramrani, and the show itself.
Yeah, and you've been unable to determine what the password is. And I didn't make it so ridiculous that you could never come up with it. Like, I'm convinced one day you will. So today you get another yes or no question about your GrubHub password.
Okay. Does it have something to do with the station? Oh, God, you've got that look.
No.
Damn, I'm yes or no questions.
All right, okay, so here's my etiquette thing.
Oh, yeah, you have an
Okay.
etiquette thing, yeah. I'm very etiquette.
That's a new hat that you're wearing.
It is, yeah.
Where'd you get it?
I have no idea. It showed up at the house or something.
Okay. I think it's kind of like guys who wear sunglasses indoors. I think only D-bags keep the tags on their hats.
Oh, no, are the tags on?
Take it off.
Oh, I did not realize.
Look at the front bill.
Oh, my God, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a look. By the way, John, that's a look. That's a thing.
Oh, it totally is a look. Like rappers wear it with the tags,
Yeah,
like
no,
it's
I do
new.
not wear the tags
And
on
so
it.
you've been walking around with that dumb tag on your hat all day, and I go, "Is Mason trying to be a rapper?"
Yeah, no.
Ice Milky Mace.
It's just
Ice Milky Mace.
I just got this hat.
Okay.
I know where that came from.
swear to
I know
God,
where he got
I have
that
no idea
hat.
where the
Where'd
hat
he get
even
it?
I do. He got it from Tiffany Silva. She gave it to you.
Oh, was it Tiffany?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, well, thank you. It's
Yeah.
a nice hat. But
Yeah.
I should have taken the tags off.
Her husband used to work there. I don't think he does anymore, but she probably has some swag laying
Yeah,
around the
it's
house.
not. It's a
Exactly
good
what
hat.
happened.
Yeah.
I like it. All right, so John, I love my dogs. Do anything for my dogs. We've done that question. How much would you spend? Medical.
I
all
think
that.
now I know nothing about the story you're about to tell. I'm going to say right now, I'm going on the record that no matter how ridiculous this is.
Mm-hmm.
If push came to shove, you will do it for your dog. Now, go ahead and tell the story.
Today is National Cook for Your Pets Day.
Okay.
Absolutely zero chance. I don't even cook for myself. I'm not going to cook for Sophie and Fredo.
Unless one of them was sick.
Well, I mean, sure. What could I whip up
You
for
would
Sophie and
do
Fredo?
anything for your dogs. So, if your dog was under the weather and you took it into the vet and the vet said, okay, this is going to sound weird.
Here's
but
a recipe.
You have to specially prepare this recipe and it'll make your dog better. You would immediately go to the kitchen. You would not stop. You would not stop to get donuts. You would not stop to get a Starbucks sandwich.
Creating this very specific, weird hypothetical
You're trying
that
to
somehow
say
I can make medicine in the kitchen.
You're trying to say that you wouldn't do anything for your dog, and I know for a fact that you would. There is nothing you wouldn't do for that dog. Nothing.
Would not cook.
Yeah, you would. If
No,
the dog asked you to cook, you would cook.
If there's some secret, Jorge, it's too far.
Jorge, who's right here?
You are.
No,
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, he is. You do anything for your dog. You do anything for your dog.
Is the whole point of this show to agree with John and to disagree with
No.
me? Is that what the next room
No,
does?
just this one question.
They agree with you a lot. This is ridiculous. Everyone who knows you knows that there is nothing you would not do for your dogs.
Are you kidding me? Mason, you're saying that if it would save your dog's life, you're not going to cook for them?
You're creating this ridiculous.
No, it's not.
Okay.
No, it's not.
There
Accept
are
the
people
premise.
that
Just
cook
accept
for
the
their dogs
premise.
all the time.
I got a
say it,
story
accept
that'll
the
prove
premise.
it. I bet you that if you were presented with some absurd scenario and it would be Sophie. How old's Sophie?
16.
All right, so Sophie's at the end. She's living on
bonus time.
Bonus time, as I like to say. If some absurd circumstance came up where it was Sophie is going to lose one of her paws or you're going to lose one toe, you would give up your toe. I know you.
For
you would
one of her paws, would I give up a toe?
Yeah. The vet says, we need an extremity.
we're going to take a toe. It's either her paw or my toe.
Or one of your 10 toes, you get to pick the toe.
I think I only use about 8 toes.
I told
That
you.
little
I know.
one-
I mean,
that little one is kind of
yeah.
pointless.
So, I mean, come on. You would cook for your dog. That's ridiculous. You making fun of someone going over the top for their dog is so hypocritical. Because you would go over the top for your dog.
There are people that cook for the dog every single day. This is National Cook. They're not doing it because they're trying to save their dog's life. They're doing it because, I'm
All right,
making...
just get a T-bone steak, drop it in the grill,
All right.
flip it, and then feed it to him.
So, by the way,
Air
massive
fryer.
failure this
There
morning.
you go.
Murphy, we're in the middle of potty training Murphy the dog, the new
Murphy the
dog.
dog.
So, in the morning, the routine is as soon as I show any signs of life, Murphy thinks it's game on.
Why are you doing this
No,
to
wait a
yourself
minute.
again?
So no, but she's in the crate, or he's in the crate.
in the crate.
Yeah,
Okay.
but the crate's in my room. So I get up, I start working on my email to you guys.
Mm-hmm.
I'm making a few sounds, and so Murphy's like. So the ritual is, as soon as I take her out of the crate, I take her out to go to the bathroom, and she pees, and then I bring her in for about 5 minutes, and then she poops.
Mm-hmm.
And then she pees again. So 3 times.
Yeah.
So I'm getting ready in the morning, I'm running around doing stuff. So I take her out. She goes to the bathroom, comes back in. I'm getting ready, but I got one eye on Murphy because I know he's going to get ready to poop.
Yeah.
Missed it today. He turned right, went, poops. I go, okay, Murph, come on. Pick him up, take him out to the thing. I know it's after the fact, but now hopefully he'll get in the habit. I go,
Right.
Okay, so now next time, we've been training him for about 2 weeks. So next time he'll go out to the door. And I'm getting ready to leave. And I take him out one more time. I said, okay, now go pee, because I know he's got one more to go. He won't do it. I go, okay, bring him back in, grab my car keys, grab my wallet, starts peeing on the carpet. And I'm incapable. Lisa's very disciplined, nope, and we'll command him to do stuff. I can't be mean. I just let him pee on the carpet. I clean it up, and then I'm the biggest sap in the history of dog owners.
So I've had a strategy that I've used with all of my dogs over the years, and that is when they start to wake up in the morning, I put my pillow over my face. That way they know I'm not going to be the one to feed them.
But
Juan has no pillow.
Here's the thing.
Juan is
Lisa is
waiting on them.
convinced that both Reagan, the old dog, and Murphy, the new dog, have figured out from the get-go
You're whipped.
that I'm the sap.
You're whipped.
So Lisa will just lay in bed and do nothing.
Yep.
And here's the funny thing. So this morning I left my house at 6 a.m. Okay. I called Lisa later. I go, what time did Murphy get up? Like, Murphy was making a big, making noise at 5 as soon as he knew I was up. She goes, he let me sleep till like 7:30. He doesn't even, it's just ridiculous.
Because she's not responding. As soon as you start responding, the dog is going to take. I told you not to let Murphy train you. Murphy is training you.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Guilty of all the things you're accusing me
I
of.
just told you exactly what you're supposed to do.
And I won't do it.
Ignored me.
Eddie Carrillo just tweeted that did you actually throw a quinceañera for your dog, but you won't cook?
You threw a quinceañera for your dog? Which one?
What?
Which dog?
Sophie.
You threw a quinceañera? Sophie's not even Hispanic.
Doesn't
matter.
Wait a minute.
Sweet 16. I mean, he wanted to
Sweet 16.
Wait a minute. What do you mean it
what?
doesn't matter? I thought the quinceañera was a Hispanic tradition.
I mean,
but
we're
if he wants to
celebrate it, it's fine.
Yeah, we celebrate.
Wait a minute.
quinceañera.
No, wait. Why? You have no Hispanic blood. Why are you doing a quinceañera?
I'm honoring Dia de los Muertos.
Okay.
Today.
Does
Get the marigold.
does Sophie celebrate Kwanzaa? Sophie's not Jewish. Do you hang a menorah in your? I mean, what?
No,
you place the menorah. You don't hang the menorah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, technically we called it.
No, don't you light the menorah?
You light the menorah.
Yeah,
you place it down.
Okay.
Yeah, you just,
No, we gave her a Sweet 16 party, which became a quinceañera.
Wait a minute. A quinceañera is for a 15-year-old, and a Sweet 16 is for a 16-year-old.
She got both.
It's not even the
She
same.
got both of them. She got the 15 and the 16.
But she can't get a home cooked meal.
Yeah,
Come
she
on,
can't get
that's
food
sad.
cooked for her. I'm
Yeah,
not cooking.
just ridiculous.
Not
you
gonna
would
cook.
You would cook an 8-course meal.
Not
for that
cooking.
dog.
Not cooking. There are limits. All right.
7 fishes. Come on.
What's
Feast
that?
of the 7 fishes.
Feast of the 7 fishes. Yeah. John still doesn't believe in them.
Yeah,
All right.
I think it's a lie of the day.
Coming up next. Oh, yeah, we're doing lie of the day. We've got a Terranea Resort prize package that includes lunch and dinner for 2 at Terranea Resort, plus archery for 2 at the Beach Cove. You qualify for the grand prize, a luxury oceanfront getaway to Terranea Resort, 2-night stay in an ocean view suite, Lexus LC to drive for the weekend, golf at the links, dinner at Catalina Kitchen, and limo service to Crypto.com for some basketball, all that stuff. So get the first prize today, qualify for the big grand prize on Friday if you know today what I lied about, and nobody around here does. All right, I mentioned this a minute ago, but we'll go back to it. Does Justin Turner deserve a legacy contract with the Dodgers? Plus, we'll bring you up to date on Steve Nash and Ime Udoka and the trade deadline, the NFL trade deadline. Rams stood pat, or at least tried to make a deal, but weren't able to ultimately offer 2 first-round picks for Brian Burns from Carolina. They did not go on that, but we'll keep you up to date on everything coming up next. And lie of the day at 3:30. You guys have no clue what the lie is?
Yeah.
No clue.
I thought Bergman had a good guess, but that wasn't it.
No clue.
Okay.
I'm going to fool everybody. I have a feeling I'm going to be giving hints. Giving hints today. All right, Mason and Ireland, 710 ES. Terranea Resort prize package. You get lunch and dinner for 2 at Terranea Resort, plus archery for 2 at the Beach Cove, and you qualify to win the grand prize for the week, a luxury oceanfront getaway to Terranea Resort, 2-night stay in an ocean view suite, Lexus LC to drive for the weekend, golf at the links, dinner at Catalina Kitchen, and limo service for a very special evening at Crypto.com. Qualify today. We'll announce the grand prize winner on Friday. We'll do lie of the day every day this week.
Sports Radio. We're here each weekday, 1 to 4 p.m. for your afternoon. Sandwiched between Travis and Sliwa and Sonato and Cap. Mason and Ireland continues now.
Some people on Twitter saying, hey, didn't you change your GrubHub password already? That was the lie of the day. I did not change my GrubHub
All right, I'm
password.
going to do something I said I would never do. I'm going to give you a hint as to what I changed your password to.
Okay.
All right?
Yep.
You said it on yesterday's show.
You
Go
said
back
the
and listen to
password?
the
He did.
podcast. I said the password.
That's why I did it. And I did it specifically because I want to see. Mason's so competitive, he may go back and listen to the whole freaking podcast.
No, you're going to go listen to it and write down every word you said.
I told you I hated yesterday's show.
Yeah, I don't know why you hated it. I thought it was fine.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
Yep. All right.
And
So
normally
that's
I'm
the
with
hint.
you.
The only hint I've ever given.
It's on yesterday's show.
Yep.
I know what I'm doing tonight, listening to that podcast. I had to live through it once. Now I got to live through it again. So Jay Greenlow tweets, I came here to say this. She said, hi, Adele. You idiot.
That's really good. You did. You took hi and added it to Adele.
Play it again.
You'd say it's one word.
Play it again.
Okay, listen one more time.
There is no
Do
H.
you have it?
There
Yeah,
is
Lori's gonna
no
dig it up there.
H. Oh, that's so funny.
There is an H.
What a
It's
idiot.
hi.
I love that. She said my name perfectly.
Yeah.
I'm from London.
Hell yeah, girl.
Hi Adele, I'm Annie and I'm from London.
That was the beginning,
My
not her.
question is,
No,
on your
stay
journey
with
to
it.
Self-love while writing 30, did your perspective on how you saw yourself when you wrote 25 change at all, and how? Cheers, babes. Love ya.
Where's she from? Enfield or something? Love that. She said my
It
name
just says
perfectly.
London. Yeah.
He came and asked me how I say my
Adele.
name, and I was like, Adele.
How was
and she was
mine?
like, hi, Adele.
Did I do it? Adele?
Hi, Adele.
That one, she said hi, Adele. But the first one, she said Adele.
No, you're.
Oh, my God.
Come on, Juan.
What are we dealing with
But
here?
we're not, there's no J. I don't
What
know why
are
you're
we
trying to
dealing?
do
Are you
Huh,
really
Bergman, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
Or as that guy said, a idiot.
The associate program director. All right. Let me see here. Oh, Justin Turner. So
Assistant.
I was talking about
Just an idiot.
the Dodgers have got some decisions to make during this offseason. One of them is about Justin Turner, who has been an unbelievable Dodger over the years. Has come through in the clutch repeatedly in the postseason, and I think leads the team all-time in postseason home runs.
Okay.
My question is this. In the same way that the Lakers have done with certain players, including Kobe, the same way that the Dodgers have done with, for example, Clayton Kershaw, should Justin Turner have a legacy contract with the Dodgers? In other words, should they pay him even if he's not going to be an everyday player because he's Justin Turner?
No, and I don't think they ever should. Justin Turner has been handsomely paid for everything he's done for the Dodgers. Andrew Friedman and, oh, by the way, who's the GM of the Dodgers?
Oh, it's Josh Burns.
Yeah, it's not Andrew. I don't even think it's him.
Andrew Friedman is president of basketball operations.
Yeah,
or
it's-
baseball operations. Basketball operations, too.
I think
That's how
it's Josh
smart he
Burns.
is.
But it's not Andrew Friedman.
It is not.
Yeah, it is Brandon Gomes
So-
is his
Brandon
name.
Gomes.
So
Oh,
you're
yeah.
pointing out something that's, I think, real across sports right now, which is that front offices in all sports are very collaborative. Very collaborative. Bunch of people in a room. You just pointed out.
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
You don't agree. Yeah, I know you don't. You don't
Yeah.
agree that Andrew Friedman is collaborating with whoever his general manager
I think he's
is.
soliciting opinions, but he makes the decisions, including, by the way, who starts in postseason playoff games. I know he has stood in front of the
He stood
in front of the
and said
media
Dave
again.
has autonomy.
Dave makes all the
Do you
in-game
think Andrew
decisions.
Friedman is outright lying?
I do.
You think Andrew Friedman is outright lying?
I do. I think if we
I
had
do
him on
not.
a lie detector and
I
we
do not.
said, Dave, does Dave Roberts have the sole decision as to who starts
Does he
in
have
these
autonomy?
Does he decide who starts in these playoff games?
Well, there you phrased it differently.
No, I can say of any games.
In game. Does Dave make decisions in game, or do you make decisions in game? Who makes the decisions?
Andrew would say Dave makes the decisions, but I think he has a very strict list of parameters. I think he said, I think they talk before the game, and Andrew says, all right, here's what I want you to do. Don't let Tyler Anderson go 3 times through the lineup. And
well, that's just everybody.
And if it comes up that he's about to go 3 times through the lineup, then I want you to put Alex Vesey in first.
But why do you think Dave doesn't look at the batting average 3rd time through the lineup and say, yeah, we got to change, and say that before the game? I can tell you right now, I don't want anybody to see the lineup for a 3rd time. The batting average goes up increment, 1st time, 2nd time, 3rd time. The batting average is great. That's why you pull a starter after 2 times through
Absolutely
the lineup.
absurd position by you. Yeah. If Clayton Kershaw's throwing a perfect game, you're taking him out.
Watch the Astros. Watch what they do.
Yeah, if the guy's throwing a perfect game, he's not coming out.
Watch the Astros. Watch what they do.
Dusty Baker is not taking a guy out of a perfect game like Dave Roberts has done twice. Dusty Baker would never do that.
During regular season games.
Regular season and
Meaningless
postseason.
regular season games.
Dusty Baker wouldn't do it. He's an old school baseball guy.
He's getting orders from Jeffrey Luhnow. You think Dusty Baker has autonomy on what goes on at the Houston Astros? Jeffrey Luhnow is the Andrew Friedman of Houston. You're saying
Wait a
right?
minute. Jeffrey Luhnow got fired.
Did he get fired?
Like very publicly and embarrassingly.
I thought he was the guy that they stole all that stuff from.
No. Jeff Luhnow got fired at the same time A.J. Hinch got fired.
Did he get fired for the cheating?
Yeah, they all did.
But the point being the same. Do you really think the analytics guys don't force Dusty Baker to do certain things?
I think the difference is Dusty Baker would never take a pitcher out of a perfect game, and Dave Roberts has done it twice. I think that answers your question. That, baseball front offices are running to it. Dusty Baker's not taking a guy out throwing a perfect game. I mean, he just doesn't.
I think if he's told to, he does.
Right. I just don't think he's told to.
You don't think the Astros, and apparently it's some guy named James Click, and it was Jeffrey Luhnow.
Jeffrey Luhnow was
part of the cheating scandal
and was very publicly fired.
Right.
Like this. He was
on top of that. Remember, he was the guy that the Cardinals hacked into the Astros database to try to get information.
2 other. I think he was involved, but there were 2 other guys that lost their jobs. And I think got criminally prosecuted for that.
But I don't. Here's what I say about this. I think Dusty Baker is in exactly the same position as Dave Roberts.
Okay.
He's in meetings beforehand with the front office. They make determinations, and then afterwards, and they have a script, and afterwards they execute the script. I think that's the way baseball works now. Now, I'll tell you who's not doing that. The Phillies are not doing that. If you want to see an organization that is anti-analytics, they use analytics.
They fired the manager in the beginning of the year.
Dave Dombrowski does it the old school way. Rob Thompson is an old school guy.
I was trying to think of something.
Yeah.
This is the 3rd team Dave Dombrowski has taken to a World Series.
I think this is his 5th World Series as a general manager.
Okay, but it's his 3rd different team.
Yes.
Like LeBron's the only player ever to lead 3 different teams to a title as the best player.
Right.
Has a GM ever taken 3 teams to a World Series before? Theo Epstein did 2.
2.
With the Red Sox and the Cubs, but I think Dombrowski might be the first one ever to do 3. That's pretty impressive. If you can do it 3 different, that's almost like a college basketball coach who takes 3 different teams to a Final Four.
Yeah, I can't think of
I think
anybody
John
off the top of my
Calipari's
head.
done that. I think he took UMass, Memphis, and Kentucky all. I think Rick Pitino did it too. I think he did Kentucky, Louisville, Providence.
But baseball, I cannot think of a.
Yeah, I think he may be the first one.
example.
All right, coming up next is the lie of the day. We do not know it. I don't know it. Bergman doesn't know it.
Nope.
Jorge, Greg, I think you had an excellent guess.
I thought that's what it was.
Yeah.
And the one that I also think it is, I really hope it's not.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It is, you really hope it's not.
Yeah, I hope it's not.
I have another guess that I'll throw into the mix. But if you think you know it, ring through now. 877-710-3776. This is a spectacular prize.
You get a lunch and dinner for 2 at Terranea Resort and archery at the Beach Cove, and then you qualify for the grand prize, which is a luxury oceanfront getaway to Terranea Resort, 2-night stay in an ocean view suite, Lexus LC to drive for the weekend, golf at the links, dinner at the Catalina Kitchen, limo service to see some basketball
and I
at
can't stress
Crypto.com
this
Arena.
enough. I go to Terranea a lot. It's like going to Hawaii without getting on a plane. There is not a nicer place in Southern California than Terranea. The guys who run it are fantastic. So this is one of the best prizes we've had in a long time.
Figure out lie of the day, and you win. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN. Let me tell you about the ESPN bundle. You can stream live sports and original content with ESPN Plus today. Access to the award-winning 30 for 30 library, unrivaled UFC access, including exclusive pay-per-views, live coverage of 35 PGA Tour events, and more. Get the ESPN Plus and Disney Plus bundle today. Watch ESPN Originals, the 30 for 30s, the entire Disney and Marvel library, and more. Stream anytime, anywhere. Go to ESPNLABundle.com to learn more. Mason and Ireland, 710.
Terranea Resort prize package. You get lunch and dinner for two at Terranea Resort, plus archery for two at the Beach Cove, and you qualify to win the grand prize for the week, a luxury oceanfront getaway to Terranea Resort, 2-night stay in an Ocean View suite, Lexus LC to drive for the weekend, golf at the links, dinner at Catalina Kitchen, and limo service for a very special evening at Crypto.com. Qualify today. We'll announce the grand prize winner on Friday. We'll do Lie of the Day every day this week. All right, here we go. It's live the daytime. These guys they came out swinging. I know what it is. You guys all thought you knew what it was, and it turned out to be real. That was not the right answer. Really cool prize package to Terranea. John, do you have a faint idea, right?
No, I'm gonna send it to you right now.
Okay. It happened. Okay.
I can't smell this. Okay. Is that it?
No, I absolutely do.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right, I don't know what that.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. If you get it, you get all the Terranea stuff. And Terranea is unbelievable. We always start with caller number 7, Omar in Southgate. Omar, what's going on, man?
Hey, Omar.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Great, man.
We're good, Omar. We want to send you to Terranea. What did Mason lie about today?
Was it the walk for the Halloween and the bobbing for apples?
That's a good guess.
Wow! Nice guess.
Wow! That is one one of the best guesses we have ever had right out of the box. Nobody here knew it.
Yep.
I just said him, I said, go ahead, Omar.
I knew he was not going out for a walk.
I hate Halloween. You're
All
right,
right,
man.
Omar.
And nobody bobs for apples anymore. I find it hard to believe that it would even go on. Hey, Omar, congratulations, man. You got lunch and dinner for 2 at Terranea Resort, plus archery for 2 at the Beach Cove, and you qualify for the great big grand prize from Terranea that we're giving out on Friday. Thank you for listening as closely as you do, Omar. Nice work.
Yeah, that was a good one because that was like one of the first things you said. So
Yeah,
it was.
excellent,
It was
Omar.
one of the
All right,
first things.
Omar,
Thank
hang on
Omar.
the line, man.
I
that's
thought I'd sneak it in there early.
So I thought you maybe didn't celebrate Dia de los Muertos.
I love Dia de los Muertos. In fact, I'm probably going to watch Coco tonight.
You should.
It's a good night to
Bergman
watch
said
Coco.
the box with your address, which I thought was a really good guess.
Totally real. I
Jorge,
accidentally...
you had a good guess. What'd you guess?
No, I wasn't with Bergman on the box.
The box, yeah. No, my address did briefly make an appearance
I'm very
on social media.
I'm very glad that the Vin Scully thing was not the lie.
Oh, no, I have a Vince
Okay,
Scully
good.
bobblehead on my
I would have been
mantle
very disappointed
for Dia
if that
de
was
los
the lie.
Muertos, and I'm
Yeah.
going to light candles there tonight.
And
I
get
do
the
it every year.
marigolds.
So a couple of
And
things
I got to get some marigolds, yeah.
that we could squeeze in before we do Game of Games. John McVay, who was an executive with the 49ers for a lot of years, and Sean McVay's grandfather, has passed away. He was 91, though. Wow, what a great life.
Yeah, great life.
I don't think I can make it to 91. I'll see. But John passed away today, so we're thinking about you, Sean, that you lost your grandfather today. But long, storied career
legendary career.
as an executive. The draft room in San Francisco, because he used to be the GM of the Niners, is named the John McVay Draft Room.
Oh, wow.
He spent 22 years with the Niners.
Oh, that's cool.
So
Yeah,
that's
well,
number
health
one.
fellow, well met.
And,
Amazing career.
And I've heard from 2 different people that Dusty Baker did actually pull pitchers who were throwing no-hitters this year. He did it once to Justin Verlander when he was coming back off of his arm surgery or his arm thing. He was throwing a no-hitter after 5 innings, and he pulled him, and somebody else sent me one that said Christian Javier was throwing 7 no-hit innings in June, and Dusty pulled him. So maybe you're right.
Taking orders like everybody else.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
I still believe in the collaboration concept.
And I said that Dombrowski took 3 teams to a World Series. I didn't know if anybody had ever done it. It's actually 4. Marlins, Tigers, Red Sox, Phillies.
Did he win all 4?
Yes. Marlins 97.
Yep.
Tigers 06.
Yep.
Wait, did the Tigers lose to the Cardinals in 06? I think they did.
They did, yeah.
I don't think the Tigers. Red Sox 2018, Phillies 2022.
Well, that's enough to get into the Baseball Hall of Fame, isn't it?
I think Dave Dombrowski, I don't know if he still is, but at one point he was married to a Sports Center anchor.
Oh.
And now he's led 4 different teams to the World Series.
Good for him.
So he has 5 World Series with 4 different teams. So I do think he's won with every one of
You
these
think he's
teams.
won with every one of his teams?
Yeah, I'm looking at Tigers were swept by the Giants. No, they lost. The Tigers lost twice.
But that is instant Hall of Fame, right?
That Tigers team, Greg, was the team that had Verlander, David Price, and Max Scherzer all in the starting rotation. And I think they had Miguel Cabrera.
They did.
Yeah.
But you're right. They lost to the Cardinals one year, and you say they lost to the Giants the other year?
Next one, yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, coming up is Game of Games.
Yes.
Jacob is in. This game actually, now it's timely with the passing of John McVay. It's a Rams-Niners theme.
Oh, okay, Rams-Niners theme.
So it kind of combines the McVay's life. Sean is the coach of the Rams,
Yep.
and John is the GM of the Niners. So we'll dedicate this one to John McVay. Hail fellow well met.
Okay, we'll do some Game of Games coming up next for you. Brand new month. Nobody has scratched. I have a chance.
You had a chance yesterday. By the way, I saw somebody today, and they said, man, I was listening yesterday when Sedano took
Alex!
Mason down.
Was it Alex downstairs?
No.
Alex downstairs, who's our security guy, says he watched the whole thing on YouTube because apparently it's there. He's like, man, those people really wanted you to lose. Everybody was really rooting against me on that.
Yeah, because it's such a great streak that you've never won a month of Game of Games.
Legendary.
There
All
you
right,
go.
so we'll do Game of Games. Jacob and Ronnie's here. That's coming up next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
ESPN.
And it is time for Game of Games on the #1 sports radio show in LA, Mason and Ireland. Game of Games. Game of Games presented by CallJacob.com.
Call Jacob.
Everyone loves a fighter, but in this town, winning matters, especially after an accident. So remember, anyone can fight, but CallJacob.com is here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to CallJacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. We got the jingle.
Call Jacob.
Thank you. Game of Games time. Take it away, Mace.
All right, here we go. It's Game of Games time.
Piece of candy.
I should mention, Jacob Ramrani is everywhere. He's also the sponsor of the Culture Pop podcast.
Yes.
Today we dropped a new episode with Chris Estrada from This Fool. Great guy, really cool guy, unbelievable show, really funny on Hulu. So, Jacob, great to see you, man. How you feeling?
Feeling great. Great to see you guys.
Ready for LAFC on Saturday?
Oh, can't wait. Can't wait.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. I don't think I'm getting in, but I think it's going to be fun.
You're getting it.
I think you're going to have fun.
You're getting it.
Yeah.
You're getting it.
So, Game of Games, it is Ireland's game today. It's a brand new month, another chance for me to win. And Ireland, what is another chance for me to win?
Yeah. It's never happened before.
Yeah.
But all right, the Rams and the Niners might dislike each other more than any two teams in the NFL right now.
Yep.
They played on Saturday or last Sunday, and the Niners won again. I have a list of 10 players. Every player on this list has played for either the Rams, the Niners, or both.
Okay.
So that's the game. Okay. Ram, Niner, or both. Okay, it's one of those three.
Got it.
Everyone. The first name on the list, Isaac Bruce. Jorge, Isaac Bruce, Rams, Niners, or both?
Rams.
Greg.
I think he might have finished there. Both. Hey, Jacob or Jason, turn that off. Thanks, buddy.
Hey, Jason.
I'm going to say both.
Okay, Mace.
I think just Rams.
Okay, Jacob.
I think just Rams, too.
Greg Bergman gets the point.
Oh,
That's
right.
He played his last year with the Niners. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
I thought so.
All right, Greg, this one starts with you.
Okay.
Randy Moss, Rams, Niners, or both?
Who goes first?
Neither.
Greg. You can't.
Wait, no,
that's not a choice.
No.
But you said it, so I'll take it.
No, Niners.
Niners.
Jacob.
Is this the famous Randy Moss, the wide receiver?
Yep.
The Randy Moss.
The Randy Moss. I'd say, definitely. Reiners.
Reiners?
Reiners.
Is that a Ram?
Reiners. Come on, John.
Yeah,
All right. Niners.
All right, Jorge.
Niners.
You guys are all correct. He played 20. He caught 24 passes for the Niners at the end of his career.
I'm going to guess Reiners from now on.
Yeah. All right. For a while, Aaron Donald may have passed him, but for a while he was the Rams' all-time sack leader, and he's in the Hall of Fame. Mace, Kevin Green. Rams, Niners, or both?
I played for the Rams. I'm going to say Rams only.
Okay, Jacob.
I'm going to say Rams as well.
Jorge.
Both.
Greg.
Yeah, I'm both.
It is both. He played the 1997 season with the Niners. All right. Jacob, we start this one with you. DeMarco Farr. Rams, Niners, or both?
Rams.
Okay. Jorge.
Rams.
Greg.
Rams.
Mace.
Rams.
Correct. Everybody got it. DeMarco only played for the Rams. I think he played for another team, but it wasn't the Niners.
DeMarco would be very angry.
Back to you, Jorge.
Okay.
Jack Hacksaw Reynolds. Got his nickname once because he carved up a Volkswagen with a hacksaw. Famous linebacker. Rams, Niners, or both?
Both.
Greg.
I don't even know who that is.
You don't know who Hacksaw Reynolds is?
Hacksaw Reynolds?
No, he's playing the 60s?
No, he played in the 70s.
70s,
Great
80s.
player.
I'm going to just go with both.
Okay, Mace.
I'm going to go both.
Okay, Jacob.
I will follow suit. Both.
You guys are all glad you did. He actually played 4 years with the Niners. Played the majority of his career at the Rams, but then finished with 4 years with the Niners. Greg, this one goes... By the way, it's Greg 5, Jorge 4, Jacob and Mace 3. So everybody's still in it. Greg?
Yes.
Terrell Owens. Rams, Niners, or both?
Did he ever play for the Rams? Niners only.
Okay, Mace.
Niners only.
Jacob.
Niners only.
Jorge.
Niners.
Correct. Okay, so Mason and Jacob 4. Jorge 5, Bergman 6. Greg, you haven't missed one yet.
Okay, now
Yeah,
make
look at
Bergman
that.
go first now.
It's time to
How many
miss,
left?
Greg.
Well, and this is the last one. I have a tiebreaker.
Okay.
But
so
Greg needs to go
I have
first
to go
here.
first,
Yeah,
yeah.
Greg
Okay,
needs
so
to
if Greg gets this. All right, Greg,
Uh-huh.
Case Keenum,
Ooh.
Rams, Niners, or both?
Was he ever a backup in
Been on a
San
lot of
Francisco? He has
teams.
been around a lot.
He has.
I'm
Give me a
going to say
guess.
Rams only.
Okay, Greg.
That's me.
All right, no,
Rams
all right,
only. I
Jorge.
said that.
Man, I need a point. I'll say Niners. I'll say both. I'll say both.
Okay. Mace.
Can't catch him. I'll say both.
Okay, Jacob.
Exactly. Can't catch him. Both.
He only played for the Rams.
Oh,
and Bergman wins it. Yeah. All right, we'll do the
Jacob, you're my good luck charm. I always win in your here.
Should have me on more often.
We'll do the tiebreaker just for fun. The Rams and Niners, after Sunday's game, have met 149 times in their storied history. 149. How many of those times have the Rams won? Bergman closest with that going over.
149.
Yeah.
I'm going to say 37.
How bad do you think the Rams are?
They got the number, man.
I'll say 56.
Yeah, you want to go higher than me.
Mace.
57.
Jacob.
What did Jorge say?
56.
The highest guess is 57 by Mason.
I will go 58.
You are glad you did. They've won, their all-time record is the Niners have won 77 times. The Rams have won 69 times.
So I was far off.
And Jacob was only 11
Yeah,
off.
you said
and there've been
35?
three ties.
The Rams were good in the 70s, man. They were good.
Yeah.
We had good teams.
Yeah, we did.
So, Jacob, tell me. So you're a sponsor at LAFC. That means you're in. I don't have tickets yet. What do you expect from the game?
So, it's interesting. I think, I was there this last Sunday. I mean, the place was just rocking.
I bet.
And, LAFC had lost to Austin last week twice, and they came out and just literally kicked their butt. So right now you have the two best teams in the MLS playing against each other.
Yep.
All right. So I think, home court advantage is going to be huge.
Yep.
Because I can tell you've been there.
Yeah,
the crowd
it's
over
crazy.
there, there's just no, second to none. So looking forward to having an amazing, amazing Saturday.
I'm sure the 32-52 is going to be completely geared up.
I think everyone's going to be geared up. They're going to make 32-52 look like it's the whole stadium.
Nice.
So it should be exciting.
Nice.
Hey, I'm just curious. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of us here. Is anybody going to watch the World Series tonight?
Nope.
Bergman?
Baseball ended.
Yeah,
October
I
29th.
have
Jacob?
not watched the baseball.
Nope, when the Dodgers lost, I was out.
Yeah, I'm
Interesting. Yeah, I'll probably have it on in the background.
Yeah, I will
while
not.
I'm working.
I will not. Hey, do you think this is a real thing? So last night, there's I'm going to try to watch it again. There's a show called White Lotus. It's on HBO. It's supposed to be great. I watched the first season. Last night, I could watch, when I put on White Lotus, there was a wheel that spun, right? And then I'd go to another HBO show, and I'd put on, like, last
Were you
week
on
tonight.
HBO Max or
I was
something?
on HBO Max.
Okay.
But is it possible that too many people were watching White Lotus, and that's why I was getting the...
It's possible, but more than likely when that happens, is there something to do with your internet bandwidth?
But I was getting other shows. Like, I could get anything on HBO except White Lotus, which to me made me think, well, is everybody watching White Lotus tonight?
Possible.
Overload.
Overload, yeah.
Overload, yeah.
Overload.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. I mean, if something gets too popular all at once, it can definitely crash the system.
I guess, yeah. That was. I'm watching it tonight. Lakers, how you feeling, Jacob?
I'm feeling good about the fact that they got that first win. I'm glad that they started to hit some threes. I'm glad that Russ, felt good. And you know what I'm happiest about? This is the team we got. This is what we got, right?
Mm-hmm.
The fact that that everybody at the crypto arena got up and gave him a standing ovation based on the fact that he really does look like he's trying, and I think you have to make the best of what you have.
Sure.
And, he should have been coming off the bench last year as well. And right now, if he gets the type of, really support, fan support, he's gonna want to come off the bench. And hopefully, John, this will be what we need in order to get a couple of wins going.
If he puts up the numbers he put up the other night, 18, 8, and 8, 18 points, 8 assists, 8 rebounds, he'll win Sixth Man of the Year. I mean, that's a great number for a guy coming off the bench. So hopefully that's into something. But you said something, Jacob, that they finally made some threes. I'm beginning to think, Mason and I used to do radio with Jim Mora, the old football coach. Playoffs?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, great guy.
Great guy.
And Jim used to say, hand me the stat sheet after any game, and I'll look at one thing, and I'll tell you who won. And I said, what is it? And he goes, it's turnovers. He goes, in the NFL, if you win the turnover battle, you almost always win the game. I think in 2022, if you hand me a sheet, show me the three-point shooting.
That's the winner.
The team that makes a higher percentage and makes more threes than the other team almost always wins. That's what it's become. And the other night, the Lakers did.
But do you also agree that the fact that, as bad as they've shot the three, but they've been playing pretty decent defense, they stayed in the game. So I think right behind that is their defense. If
their defense is good.
Yeah, if they continue to do play like this on defense and, make at least just some shots, right? I mean, we've been making no shots.
Yeah, I think they ended up shooting 44% the other night. And if they shoot even 40%, I think they'll be fine.
Sure.
I mean, you just can't shoot 22, which is what they were before that.
Yeah, they were awful.
So I'm going
that.
Wednesday night. This is my first Laker game of the season. I'm going against the Pelicans, and and I'm excited. I'm actually having seen how they played on Sunday. I'm actually excited to see them for the first time this year.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be an adventure. Do you want do you want him to trade Westbrook?
I've always said, and we've talked about this,
Yeah.
I don't want them to make a 1-year problem into a problem that's going to cost them for the, God knows, the next 4 or 5 years. And everyone keeps talking about Lakers have no picks, but they really do have a pick. It's just it's a trade, right? It's a
New
pick
Orleans
swap,
can
right?
swap. Yeah.
Right, it's a
New
pick
Orleans can
swap.
swap,
So,
yeah.
Obviously if you find the right, I know Miles Turner came out and said, if I was the Lakers, I would really look at this because what I can bring to the table. But as he also said it, he's paid to make shots and block shots. He's not the one who makes the deals. I think the Lakers need to be smart about what deal they make. Of course, we want to get better, but don't give up all your assets. I know a lot of people believe you got to do now. Don't worry about the future, but I think you got to look at both sides.
All right. Hey, Jacob, great seeing you. Fantastic performance in Game of Games. I especially liked, what was it, Reiners?
Reiners.
Reiners was
You
my
can't really
favorite.
miss if you guess Reiners. Yeah.
And Game of Games is powered by Call Jacob. Winning matters. That's why after an accident, you go to calljacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. Jacob, thanks for coming in, man. Great
Thanks,
to see you.
guys.
All right, so, mates, let me throw something at you before we bring in Sedano and Cap.
Yes.
Sean Marks, the GM of the Nets, said today that Kyrie Irving will not be talking to the media. And the reason is, quote, we don't want to cause more fuss right now with more interaction with people. End quote.
More interaction with people.
But here's the thing. If they hire Ime Udoka today.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like, have they?
It sounds like it's happening.
Yeah, it sounds like it's happening.
And they make him available to the media tomorrow.
Oh, God.
Isn't
what a
that
circus.
the perfect day for Kyrie to talk? It would be the reporters wouldn't know who to go or where to talk to.
Complete ultimate distraction.
Oh,
What
right.
a mess that thing is.
Right.
What a mess.
But okay, so if you're a reporter tomorrow,
Make everybody available.
what's your lead?
Yeah.
If they go, okay, we're making Kyrie available over there on the left side of the gym, and on the right side of the gym is Ime Udoka. You guys have at it. And then you got to make a choice. Who would you rather talk to?
I still think Kyrie I would rather talk to.
But Udoka, I mean, he hasn't
I know.
commented at all since
I know,
that whole
not a word.
Boston sex scandal
Not
suspension.
a word. Exactly.
You can't miss that chance. Come on.
It's a
That's what
tough
I would
call.
do. If I was a PR guy from the Nets, it's funny. Mitch, the Laker PR guy, came from the Nets.
Oh, did he?
Today's
I just make
really
it free for all.
Yeah,
Free for
that's
all.
what I would do
Stand
too.
there and answer questions until it's over.
Hit the super stager.
ESPN AM 710 Los Angeles. KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. Super Crosstalk.
Are we ready for Sedano and Cap to join Mason and Ireland?
Super Crosstalk begins. Super Crosstalk. Presented by Coors Light. Coors Light. Made to chill.
It's time for Super Crosstalk.
There he is. What's going on, Cavi?
Oh my God, you guys have no idea.
Really? What's going on?
I was just listening to you guys on the ESPNLA app.
Best app there is.
But I was also watching you guys on YouTube simultaneously.
Wow, you're really devoted.
But the whole time I had my headphones on thinking that I'm going to be talking down the line to Jorge.
I really like the way you pronounce that.
Thank you.
How you said it with an H.
You said it added the H.
Yeah, you're like Bergman.
Right, like
silent H.
Her Bergman, right. Like Adele. Bergie, I got to tell you, man, I didn't really hear the Adele.
There was no it wasn't Jewish. It was just.
Wasn't a chuppah?
No.
Somebody named Steve Ramirez, who's apparently a sports reporter. He's got a blue check mark.
Not for long.
He's losing that.
Ask this rhetorical question. How dumb is Bergman?
Oh, how long do you got?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
Yeah.
Pretty stupid.
How
I'm
dumb
not
is
really
Bergman?
sure.
Hey, Sedano, I got a question for you.
Is Shadano there?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Sedano.
Yeah. George, if you and I were assigned to cover Nets practice, and I think there's a move they can make here to just confuse the hell out of the media. Make Kyrie and Ime Udoka available immediately in opposite ends of the gym. So they're going at the same time. Where are we going? Are we more interested in hearing from Udoka or hearing from Kyrie?
I think we've already heard what we're going to hear from Kyrie at this stage, so I think you go to Udoka.
I do too. Yeah, I think because he hasn't done any electronic media since he was suspended by the Celtics.
He hasn't done any media other than putting out a statement.
Right. So I think that would be fascinating. But that would be the ultimate zigzag, with the media saying, when can we talk to Udoka? When can we talk to Kyrie? Okay, they're both available right now. One guy's on one side of the gym and the other one's on the other. You guys have at it.
It is the most New York thing to do, right? Like,
Right.
just make them like pick which one they would want. Although the Knicks actually don't make anyone available at times, so they're sad. So.
And I don't even know what their GM, Leon Rose, sounds like. I've never
I don't
heard
either.
his voice.
I don't either. I know exactly what he looks like because I've seen him a bunch of times.
Yeah.
But I've never heard him. Yeah.
So, generally speaking, John is the one that will pull up a sound clip.
Let me just for old time's sake, I got something I want to play for you.
Okay,
guys.
Favorite part of Super Crosstalk.
I've got something to play for you guys. Okay, this is Quentin Tarantino on the Jimmy Kimmel Show talking about perfect movies.
You said that there are very few perfect movies, and one of them is Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yes.
Which surprised me, And what are the other perfect movies?
Well, there's not many of them. That's that just bemoans the fact that the film art form is hard. And look, when you say perfect movies, you're talking about any individual person's aesthetic.
Yeah.
But even trying to account for all aesthetics, a perfect movie kind of crosses all aesthetics to one degree or another. Might not be your cup of tea, but there's nothing you can say to bring it down. And I think Jaws fits into that.
Mm-hmm.
I think The Exorcist fits into that. I think Annie Hall fits into that. I think some people could say Young Frankenstein fits
I would
into
say that.
Yeah, I can understand that. I can understand thinking that.
Yeah.
I could say The Wild Bunch fits into that. All right, and that's not a perfect movie. That's not perfect. That its imperfections are part of its glory.
All right. So, I'm the guy that played the sound, and it wasn't really that good. I'm going to be honest.
It was actually it was Conan. You said that was talking to him.
That was Kimmel.
Oh, Kimmel.
Yeah.
And I love both of those guys, and I thought that was a stupid conversation. But all right, keep going.
Tell us how you really feel.
I mean, come on, perfect. What is perfect?
What is perfect? Well, it's in the. He said it's very subjective. It's in the eye of the beholder. To you, what's a perfect movie? What's the perfect movie?
Are you guys asking me what the perfect movie is?
We're having a conversation. I'm talking to you, and I asked you a question, and then I'm wanting an answer.
So you're
back.
asking me. You're
Correct,
asking
I'm
me what the
you.
perfect movie is?
Yes, you love boat.
All right, here it goes. You ready?
Yeah.
He's not a movie guy, though.
No. I'm going deep, George. I'm going deep into my archives here.
Yeah.
Okay. What was it? Young Frankenstein
Young
got
Frankenstein,
a round of applause,
very
right?
funny.
Guys, Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Originally supposed to be a made-for-TV movie.
Yeah.
And it was so funny when they realized what they had. I talked to Stu Nahan, who's in that movie once. Nahan's no longer with us.
Yeah, Stu is a great guy.
Where'd you get this jacket?
Yeah, I got that from the network. But
Jeff.
the Nahan said he got paid almost nothing to do it because it was a made-for-TV movie. And then when it became a big hit movie and started getting picked up by networks, he started getting residuals and made a little back-end cash.
Yeah.
But, that movie, Cappy,
that's a great call.
Pretty close. When you were saying perfect movie, the movie that popped into my head was Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
So good. The ending is the best.
Yeah,
one of the great endings of all time. Do you guys know that movie? It's a little before your
my
time. Yeah, before your time. It's a classic, though. It was.
I think there's
honestly,
a lot of
Sedano.
really
it was
perfect
before
movies.
my time too. It was 1968. So
yeah. There's a lot of good movies that I think are like, in that category of like, man, you watch them and they're pretty damn spot on. I think Tarantino's got one of them, Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction.
I would say
Ireland
it's in that
hates
category.
Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, I'm in the minority.
He doesn't
there.
understand it. It's
I
too
love Pulp
complex
Fiction.
for him.
But to be honest, it's not even my favorite Tarantino movie. My favorite Tarantino movie is Kill Bill Volume 1.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, with Uma Thurman.
Jackie
It's great.
Brown.
Jackie
Brown's very
Brown
good, too.
Is
Yeah.
super underrated in the canon of Quentin Tarantino movies.
But if we're doing like The Matrix, the original one, I would say was pretty
Agreed.
damn,
Fantastic. Wachowski people.
Home
all that.
Alone. If you're looking for like Christmas goofy kid stuff, comedy, like the perfect mixture of like it's perfect for everyone. That's in that category.
Jingle
I
All the
think.
Way with Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's a good one too.
Which one?
Jingle All
Wait
the
a
Way.
minute.
Come on.
Jingle
Christmas movie.
All the
I
Way.
love that movie. That's my favorite
With
Christmas
Arnold
kid movie.
Schwarzenegger is
Yes.
a perfect
That is
movie in your
ridiculous.
opinion.
Yes, it's a good
That
Christmas
is
movie.
ridiculous.
File
Yeah.
that away with
Home
Bergman's claim that the scariest movie ever is Ernest Scared
With
Stupid.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
With Arnold Schwarzenegger.
What's
yes.
the best rom-com to me ever is When Harry Met Sally.
Very good.
Very good.
Yeah.
For me, it's, and again, this is before my time, What's Up, Doc? If you've ever seen What's Up, Doc.
No. Ryan O'Neal,
Ryan
right?
O'Neal and Barbara Streisand, really, really funny. And Madeline Kahn, who is unbelievably funny. But, yeah, I went to, people laugh at this. I majored in pop culture.
Shock.
What do you mean you majored in pop culture? What do you
Bowling
mean?
Green State University had a college of pop culture.
You're kidding.
And you could get a BLS, a Bachelor of Liberal Studies. I think you could eliminate the L and just make it BS. A Bachelor of Liberal Studies. That was my degree, was in pop culture. So,
Come on, for real?
100%
Cap,
real.
There are schools now, at least 5, that offer scholarships and degrees in gaming.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Video gaming.
That's a thing.
Yeah.
You can major in video games.
Cappy, what did you major in?
What do you think?
You did what I did. You majored in history because you could get through it quickly.
I will say liberal arts.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I think I know. I majored in English because I thought I was going to go to law school.
Oh, really?
I object.
Yeah.
Love boat in the courtroom.
I could see
right.
Cap being a lawyer.
Trial lawyer.
Yeah. Oh, of course, trial lawyer. I mean, it's all about performance, right?
It is.
So instead of going into the law and being in a courtroom, I decided to take these minimal talents to radio.
That is your game.
Mm-hmm.
Shadana, what about you?
Just communications, yeah.
Just communications.
Nothing
Yeah.
exciting, huh? Just
Yeah.
No.
No. Do you learn a lot in college?
Not really.
Yeah, I didn't. Here's the thing about college. It's like you almost have to do it. Like the bar is there where if you get your degree, you're a certain level of income, and if you don't, you're a certain level The truth is, college is not for everybody.
Facts.
I would agree.
Facts.
Yeah. And I think less so now more than ever before.
Yeah.
Although I will tell you guys, like my son, for example, he's not cut out for school. He'd never been cut out for school. The only reason this kid is even in school is because he plays ball. It's kind of like playing travel ball for a 22-year-old,
Right.
But I keep saying to him, just get the degree and check the box.
Yes.
So that when you get out of school and somebody says to you, where did you go to college? What did you major in? What year did you graduate? You have those answers, and not everybody needs those answers. But in this kid, I'm like, dude, I don't care what you major in. I don't care where you go to school. Just freaking graduate from college, and then you'll figure out what you want to do with your life.
Yeah, exactly. And party a lot. That's what I always tell, you should enjoy that, man, because I got so drunk in college so often. And
I always tell people the best tip I ever got going through college was one of my mentors, older guy in the fraternity, said, I'm going to tell you something. Don't ever forget it. And I said, what? He said, don't let school interfere with your education.
Nice.
You will have opportunities to do things while you're in college that are way more important and, frankly, more fun than going to class. Don't be the guy who never misses a class.
Hey,
And
guys,
he's right.
can I ask you a quick question?
Oh, sure.
And this is where if Mace were doing this would be the base.
Do you want to
come up
play?
here.
You want to do this?
Yeah. Thank you. Are you guys watching us on YouTube right now?
No.
No, I gotta put us on.
So wait, none of the three of you guys have our YouTube channel up right now while we're on?
Correct. Yes.
You know,
I mean,
the
I have
live
it because I have to have it because
the
we're on
live
here.
chat is very fun.
I know.
During-
There is a live chat that goes along with it
Yeah.
that is actually very funny.
and it's fun, and so it's faster than Twitter, because on Twitter, you know, like people are replying and responding to the things they're hearing on the radio.
In
On the
real
live
real
chat-
time, right?
Yeah, and on the live chat, this is happening. This is instant feedback, Steve Mason.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, it's I'm reading the lines there right now. ESPNLA censoring Sedano. Hate, haha. I think they're just trying to stir things up. By the way, I got a couple of those, Sedano, and on Twitter, I sent a tweet about LAFC, and I sent a tweet about the Rams, and everybody's like, "Well, you have to do that. You're required to do that. That's part of your job."
No, we're not.
I tweet what the hell I want. I don't.
Yeah, nobody tells us what to
Nobody
tweet.
says go tweet this. I just tweet what I want to tweet.
Yeah.
We don't get any interference from bosses. Except Boss Amanda. We get a lot of guidance and a lot of coaching and all that stuff from Boss Amanda.
But wait, you're saying that somebody said that the reason you tweeted about the Rams and LAFC is because you are required to do so?
Yes, that's what they're saying.
But think about it. Think about LAFC's in the championship, so like you want to give those guys as much love as you can.
Yeah, I
'Cause
shouted
don't-
them out on my Instagram. They sent me a cool little gift, a scarf. With
That's
the
what I
MLS
got.
20 Cup. Yeah, yeah.
So did you hear? So a lot of people do the video where you're opening the box and see what's inside. So I did that.
No, I
with-
didn't do that.
I
I
did
just
that
took a
with
picture.
LAFC, and I put it on social last night. And I immediately started getting text or messages on Twitter. You know, your address is right there on the box.
Oh,
and
my
sure
God.
enough, there was my address.
Well, you got to be a little careful. I told this story early in the show, guys. When we're on YouTube, like we are now, I used to have my phone number written on the ID tag on my backpack.
Mm-hmm.
And one day during the show, my phone started ringing. And I'm like, wow, it's ringing a lot. And I never answer it during the show. Show's over. It's like, hey, your number's on your backpack. I just wanted to see if this was really your number. So you got to be aware of when you're on and when you're not.
Interesting. Danilin Turhill tweets, surprised on Instagram, or on YouTube, surprised Mason and Ireland didn't mention the Godfather movies is perfect.
Pretty close.
Yeah, that's real close.
I'm just
Real
looking
close.
at I got the same box you guys all got, and I also I opened it up on Instagram as well. Boy, we're just we are really creative.
I'll tell you what,
individuals.
the thing about the YouTube channel, I look really good. Don't you think I look really good?
I mean, I guess, if you think so.
Yeah.
I think I look really good too because my microphone is completely blocking out my face, so less of my face is making me look really, really good.
Of the four of us, Shadano, you appear to be. Are you in your house?
I'm in my house / home office.
Okay, and so you've got a backdrop. Do you have a backdrop in your house that says ESPNLA?
I had this from when the pandemic was happening. So we were doing shows for a little while. We were doing a lot of stuff from home. So I was doing like videos and stuff. So one of the last days we were in there, I grabbed it for some reason. It was for like some remote thing or something
Right.
that we were going to do. And I had one in my car, and I text Tommy at the time. I was like, "Yo, can I just keep this at my house?" And he's like, "Yeah, just whatever, do whatever you want with it." So it's been here the whole time since.
Yeah, you've got the best positioning. I think they're screwing us over with the angles, to be honest.
What do you
with
think of me, Mace?
You look fine. You're talking directly to the camera. We're off to the side, and we look stupid.
Yeah. Well, you know what? You guys look like.
Well, look at the camera.
Well, no. You guys look like the cameras are on you, and you're doing a radio show,
Right.
and you're not playing to the cameras.
Correct.
Right. George
this is the
looking-
first time. George is definitely. He knows he's on YouTube.
Well, he's doing a good job of looking right into the camera. He's a seasoned TV professional.
He's a pro.
Right.
That's the thing about Sedona. He's
And
a pro.
me, I'm in my home podcasting studio.
Yeah, but I got to point out, you actually have your name and lights.
Yeah, he does. He does. He does have his name in
It says Scott Kaplan Show. Oh, Scott Kaplan Crew.
Kaplan
Right.
and Crew. Yes.
Right,
And it
that's
has
the name of
Scott
my
on top,
podcast.
just in
Right.
case you were thinking like it was Emily Kaplan and Crew.
No, it's me. It's
Yeah.
me. Yeah, that's my that's as Georgie likes to call it, the Cappy Cast.
The Cappy
The
Cast.
Cappy Cast.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is where I do the Cappy Cast.
And that's where you hawk T-shirts, right?
And yes, and this sign that's
He's
behind
slinging
me.
T-shirts for
Right.
everybody there.
The sign that's behind me, I didn't really want to move. Now, there's another sign that's usually over my other shoulder.
Yep.
That is a sponsor of the podcast. It's not a sponsor of the radio show.
Okay, so
out
you
of
gotta take that
consideration
down,
for
sure.
the radio station, I took it down.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Are you guys surprised? By the way, Jacob Amrani was just here. We were talking about LAFC, and the get-in price for the
Yeah, how
game
much?
on Saturday is
On the
$400 bucks.
on the secondary market?
Secondary market, $400 bucks.
See, because I looked it up the other day, and now granted, I don't know if tickets gone on sale yet?
Oh, yeah.
Officially?
Tickets have gone on sale. Yeah.
Okay, because I saw it originally before tickets went on sale. Like, the get-in was $970 at that point.
On StubHub, you can get in for $400, but I mean, that's probably not that there's a bad seat in the house. It's a great place to see a game, and
it really is,
and to be part
I
of
have
it.
sat all over the place in there just to like see the aesthetics from everywhere. Because when people tell you there's not a bad seat in the house, you're like, yeah, okay, sure. And then I literally did the tour one day when I was there, and I was like watching the match. I started kind of walking around the stadium. It really isn't like even the top level. You feel very close.
Hey, I wasn't going to do this, but Bergman and I are going to the USC UCLA game. Anybody with us? You going, Cappy?
Yeah, I'm going.
No, I can't. I'm doing Oregon Utah that day.
So, Cappy, do you want to sit with us and all that?
I will sit with you guys for some portion of the game.
Where else are you going to be?
Yes, Cappy.
Say yes.
He's got bigger names on the other line.
Who are you watching? You're going to go there and you're going to sit and watch a game with somebody other than us?
I'm going to the game to do some networking, if you will.
He's got people to see, things to do.
Mean? I'm going up to
money to.
You're going
make.
to the press box and the suites and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm going to the suites. I'm a suite hopper.
Fancy people.
I'm a suite hopper.
Not a
Don't
man
blame
of the
you,
people.
Cap. More power to you.
That is him. He doesn't want to hobnob with the regular folks.
No, I do. I just don't want to do it for the whole game. Now I've made a commitment.
So here's what you're going to call Boney, and you want to get in his suite at the Rose Bowl.
Don't need to call Boney and ask to get into his suite. I was an invited guest into Boney's.
There you go.
Get out of here. Mike Bone invited you to watch the game in his box?
Cappy's and Boney are tight. They go way back.
Wow. Me, it's Rachel, my 16-year-old daughter, and another couple of friends of mine and their kids. So the six of us are all crashing Boney's suite.
Wow, well, good for you. Well, we're going to be with the regular people.
By the way,
I'll come down for a little while.
Wow.
Did you also? Is it true you also asked for like 27,000 tickets for even though there's only a 20,000 seat stadium at the LAFC to try to go to that game? Too?
I did. I am trying to get into that game. I'm seriously trying to get into the game.
Mace, you want my ticket? Because I don't think I'm going to be able to go to the LAFC game and then to the USC game.
You have to.
That's a great double. I'm going to the SC game Saturday night. I want to do both.
Wait a minute. What time are the games?
1 and 7:30.
Yeah, 7:30. There's a lot of time in between.
Okay.
So you can definitely do both. But I will take your ticket
in between. It's actually perfect.
Yeah, it is.
Because
okay,
the
Cap.
thing is, I feel a little like strange showing up to the LAFC championship game when, if I'm being honest, I haven't been to any games at all ever yet.
I've only been to. You've never been to a game there?
Not been to one yet.
And the first one would be the MLS championship.
I mean, so that's a pretty good one to go to.
Yeah,
is it a good? Is it, or is it like, oh, come on, man, you're not like on the bandwagon. You haven't been, following the team.
Well, but have you actually had an opportunity to go to a game and you were like, oh no, I'm not going to go? Because I've had chance. Mario's has given us opportunities to go. I just, for whatever reason, schedule wise, it's never worked for me.
Yeah, for me, it's just.
So you've got a ticket and you don't know if you're going to use it?
Well, that's what I was told this morning.
Okay, I'm in.
Like a single ticket.
A single ticket. I'm in. If
I tell you who I'm supposed to be going with, though, that might change your mind.
You mean I'll be sitting next to this person?
You will be with them for the day.
Who is it?
You guys really want me to tell you?
Yeah, probably Morales, I think.
Ooh.
Save it for the next show. I'm just kidding.
No, who is it?
Who is
it? Good tease. Sedano just mentioned it.
Morales? Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't want to sit next to Morales for a whole game.
Oh,
I mean, you could always just tell him you lost a friend instead of texting him.
He'll never shut up.
That's true. You could just say you've lost a friend. You don't even have to
Morales
text.
Talks so. Yeah, I'll take the ticket. I'll go with Morales.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Let me see if Morales still has the ticket.
Wow. All right, that's it for us. We are back tomorrow, 1 o'clock. Mesa and Ireland. Don't forget, Super Crosstalk brought to you by Coors Light, keeping Southern California chill all season long. Lots of stupidity coming up next for you with Shadano and Cappy from